Shit. Woo! AP Dillon. Big Mac. Hey, this is what happens when you mix Punjab royalty with South London's finest.
ਪੈਂਡੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਜੇਬਾਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਫੀਮ ਨਿਕਲੇ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਪਿੰਡਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਨਿੱਗੇ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਗੋਡੀ ਚੱਲੇ ਪੂਰੀ ਨਾ ਕੋ ਸਿਰ ਮਜਬੂਰੀ ਤਾਂ ਡੋਡਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਪੱਕਾ 3 ਵੇਗਾਂ ਛੱਡ ਦੇ ਅਹੁਦਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਕਦੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਨਾ ਵਜ਼ੀਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਕਰੀਏ ਜਨਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੁੱਟ ਲੱਗੀ ਘੜੀ ਦੇ ਆ ਨੱਗ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਨੇ ਆ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੁੱਟ ਲੱਗੀ ਘੜੀ ਦੇ ਆ ਨੱਗ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਨੇ ਆ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੁੱਟ ਲੱਗੀ ਘੜੀ ਦੇ ਆ ਨੱਗ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਨੇ ਆ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਚਹਿਰੀਆਂ ਆ ਕੁੜਤੇ ਸਵਾ ਕੇ ਜਾਈਦੇ ਕਚਹਿਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਆ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਜਾਈਦੇ ਕਾਲੇ ਕੋਟਾਂ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਪੂਰੀ ਰੱਖਾਂ ਯਾਰੀ ਤੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਬਟੇਰੇ ਰੌਂਦਾ ਨਾਲ ਡਾਈ ਦੇ ਕੰਨ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਸੁਣਾ ਜੇ ਕੋ ਪੁੱਛਦਾ ਸਵਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ 36 ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਉਨੇ ਆ ਜਵਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੁੱਟ ਲੱਗੀ ਘੜੀ ਦੇ ਆ ਨੱਗ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਨੇ ਆ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੁੱਟ ਲੱਗੀ ਘੜੀ ਦੇ ਆ ਨੱਗ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਨੇ ਆ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੁੱਟ ਲੱਗੀ ਘੜੀ ਦੇ ਆ ਨੱਗ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਨੇ ਆ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ
Oh, kid, I get it. You man think I'm a donut. You man think I'm a joke, man. Come we shit out like grown-ups. Don't know what you thought about, don't insult us. Hey, don't insult us. I don't really talk too much like bro does. Everything that comes out my mouth is gold dust. 24 karat raps, I just shot them. Pick any flow you like, I got options. Ask when I come nice, I say often. They ask if I want peace, I want problems. Who's on what? Let's wait and see. Me and AP had AP dreams. Me and AP got AP money. Now we don't watch nothing like we hate TV.
ਗੁੱਟ ਲੱਗੀ ਘੜੀ ਦੇ ਆ ਨੱਗ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਨੇ ਆ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੁੱਟ ਲੱਗੀ ਘੜੀ ਦੇ ਆ ਨੱਗ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਨੇ ਆ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ
Get the reefer. Always call my phone, but say nothing when I see ya. Limes and tequila. Can't forget the reefer. Always call my phone, but say nothing when I see.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome, Chad. Happy Friday. Excited to have you guys with us. Welcome to the All Sauce team. Brought to you by the Betting News Network. That is your favorite Vsauce. That is Just Sook. My name's Sweatpants Jesus. So stoked to have you guys with us, chat. Thanks so much for stopping by and finishing off your week with us. Chat, everybody, real quick. Pat on the back. Fucking made it to the weekend, baby. Let's go. Boys, how we doing today? Ready to rock and roll?
Dude, doing fantastic. It's the last show with no more NBA. Next time we do this, we'll be talking about real games, real props.
Legit. Too legit to quit.
So, how you doing?
Oh, I'm excited, dude. I was very, very excited for this NBA season, and the more and more we talk about it, the more excited I get. But I'm even more excited for NFL Week 7 slate review. I love doing that on Friday with you guys. I always have a few plays, but nothing too big. But by the time Friday's over, I'm sitting there in front of the TV placing parlays when my wife's like, can we hang out? And I'm like, no, I'm pressing buttons.
Can I say this? Because I know Sook won't say it himself, but Sook has been eaten in the NFL, and almost every single play that he takes, he may not post a slip of this parlay or that parlay. Every single play is something that he talked about on this show, or he discusses on Twitter, or he gives out to the people in some way, shape, or form. So follow this guy, ask him to post more bets, because he has been absolutely killing it in the NFL. And I know he won't toot his own horn, so never mind, pause.
You can toot it. You can toot
Go
it
ahead,
yourself.
continue.
But yeah.
I mean, it's why you guys love tuning in. Like the channel's always free. All the content we post is free. Sometimes the bets we give you guys don't smack, but a lot of the times some of the bets that we give you are stuff we just talk about, like things that we don't actually maybe bet, but things we just, fucking talk about, smack. So glad to help you guys out as always. Hope you're having a kick-ass Friday out there. Thank you much for tuning in. This is brought to you by our sponsors at BetOnline. Get involved with everything that we're going to talk about today in the NBA, NFL Week 7, the college football, everything. Get involved with BetOnline with that QR code at the top corner of the screen. for a $1,000 deposit bonus and $10 dropped into your account if you'd like to donate on some lotto that we put together in the next 3 days. So yeah, it's Crazy Pallet knows the vibe. See, there you go, right there. Don't take Cortland Sutton like I did. Not even get a fucking target in the game. But yeah, it's W wife. W wife. W wife. This is what you do right here. Right, that's what you do right there, baby. Anyway, excited to have you guys here with us.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
It's Friday.
This might be spicy water, boys.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, chat. Let's get down to it. Yeah, Sutton was a good bet, Landon. You're right. Absolute donation. Hey, I actually did my math because I just posted my props piece, so go check it out. I'll talk about all the props that I'm on the show today and on Sunday, but I did post it on Betting News if you guys want to go read it. I did the math, and I'm actually up almost 4 units on the season so far, betting props in the NFL. So, not bad. We're in the green, which is good, rather than the other alternative. Yeah, green matters. All right, today we're going to have some fun with you guys, man. Sook's been hard at work creating a new game for us that we're going to play. We're going to play it in regards to the NBA. It's called The Good, the Bad, and the Saucy. We're also going to play it with the NFL. We'll get to explaining it in just a few minutes. And then we're going to bring back Landon's favorite game that we used to play all the time, and now I feel like we haven't played it in forever. Which is sick. We're going to play Smash or Pass, talking about some NBA rookies. Inzi will be joining us at some point throughout the show today to talk about the NBA Finals, the WNBA Finals. So, Rowdy, I saw you asking a question about that. Inzi will be here a little bit later in the show talking about Game 4 tonight. Could be the last game of the WNBA season tonight, so be sure to tap in and hang out for listening to Inzi talk about that. And then we'll finish the show and we'll go through game by game and talk about our favorite plays on the NFL slate like we have been doing. So sit back, relax, chat, drop your favorite stuff in there. We might do a giveaway today. I don't know. We've been being Oprah a lot recently. Maybe we'll just do something later today. You never know around these parts. We just love you guys. We like giving back to you guys because we love what you guys bring to the table every day. And now we got some cool merch that we want you guys to have. So we might do a giveaway today. So, boys, I know Sook, you've been very busy bee in the Canva lab. I'm going to let you take the reins now and take us away. So how are we going to start this off?
Where do you guys want to go? You guys want to play Smash Pass first, or you want to rank NBA teams first?
Let's go NBA teams. Let's rank these.
Let's rank these teams first.
Let's take every way for Smash and Pass. Everybody's a little excited. Let's get some more people in here. Get the vibes high, get the vibes rolling.
All right.
Let's let chat yell at us about some rankings.
All right, boys. Here we go. So obviously 30 teams in the NBA, so we got to put 10 teams in each category. We'll go through this quick. We're not going to take too long because none of these teams have even played yet. But from the plums, be fair but stern.
Chat, help us out too as we talk team by team. Tell us where you guys would put them, whether you would put them in the bad, the good, or the saucy.
Honestly, chat is doing this with us as much as we're doing it together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get after it, boys.
Yeah, let's get after it. All right, first up, we'll go with a team that I'm unreasonably high on, the Atlanta Hawks.
I was going to say the good. If you asked me in the summertime, I would have said the bad, but Sook, I've been watching everything you're putting out there, seeing the players that you're highlighting. I'm good with the good.
You guys know where I stand on this team.
The bad?
They go bad, brother.
Oh,
bad.
Okay.
Bad. Trae Young can... It's Lollipop Man. If they still have the Lollipop Guild in Atlanta, they're going to be bad. Respect.
Yeah, but they got the first overall pick. They got Jalen Johnson.
You explained to me when we made this game that this was my plums. And my plums are telling you that the pubic hair from my plums is what Trae Young has on top of his head. Therefore, it is in the bad category.
Okay. We got one good and one bad from chat. So, I think we've overruled.
I think I know. Do we?
Yeah.
I think it's 3-2 right now.
Yeah,
3-2.
Yeah.
You guys can put it there. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Next up, the Cavaliers.
I'm up on this team. I think Garland's gonna have a bit of a revenge here, so I'm going with the good.
I want to go bad with them. I just think this roster has stagnated, and it is what it is. And I think this is messy. And ever since D. Mitch arrived there, everyone's been talking about him having one eye out in New York or out in Brooklyn or wherever it is.
We got a few saucies in chat.
Saucies.
So we didn't really explain what Saucy is. Is Saucy like don't
Title
know if it's going to be
contender.
good? Oh, okay.
Title
Oh,
contender.
Saucy chat. I'm gonna go bad. I think they regressed this year a little bit. I think that losing new coach, new situation. I do like the Garland take. V. I think he's going to be better this year. But I've never liked this team and never been high on this team very much. So,
I
yeah,
think we
I'm
gotta
gonna go
settle
bad.
with the good with these guys, just because
Yeah,
chat likes
chat
it
likes
too.
the saucy.
Yeah. All right.
All right, good. All right, SJ, your team over 20 wins for them. The Nets.
Oh,
The
Saucy.
bad, the bad.
The
The
bad.
bad.
The bad. Yeah.
Bad.
Chat,
I mean,
any opposition chat? Bestie, Chewy, how you doing?
they're bad.
Yeah,
They're
They're
winning
moving
20
on.
games though, chat.
They're winning 20 games.
They are.
All right. We'll keep it moving. Let's go to Chewy's team, the Bulls. Bad, right? They're like a team that has good players, but they should be bad for the sake of the franchise and the deep ass 2025 draft.
I will say that Lonzo coming back makes him and I know V's a massive Lonzo guy, been Lonzo guy since we started the show. What, 2 years ago, boys? And he's back finally. And you could tell, even just him coming back and playing a tiny bit of preseason ball, how much better they look on the court when he's on the court. Just what he does defensively, the shot making, the spacing of the floor. Levine is still there, and Levine is a good basketball player. Maybe they surprise some people, but I want to see it first. So I would say bad.
Remember, we can only put 10 in each category. There is a cap.
Ooh, good reminder. Actually, I forgot that.
Forgot
I did
about
not.
We can't just load up good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think we're gonna go with the bad. I'm a
Gotta
big
go bad.
Lonzo guy. I love Lonzo, and one of the best days of my life was when he got traded from the Lakers to the Pelicans. Because I can't cheer for a Laker. One of the worst days when he got traded from the Pelicans to the Bulls. He was the point guard that both the Lakers and the Pelicans could have used, and they both shipped his ass off.
Chewy, trust me, you want them to be bad so you can have Cooper Flag or Edgecombe or honestly, I saw highlights for Ace Bailey the other
Yeah,
day.
he looks fucking
Oh my
good.
god. And I saw an interview of his. I really take a lot of stock in when dudes are like insanely comfortable in interviews because I'm like, yo, nothing can rock you. Like they say, public speaking is up there with people's worst fears. And dudes that rock that while scoring 30, give that to me all day.
Yep.
You're already getting some love for the work. So we got it. We have a W graphics department around these parts, boys and girls. We
The
have
hot sauce. Yeah, 6 amount of detail. I gotta say that.
well that, and then we're all the other random shit on when the graphics guy gets moving. The guy we throw away in the shadows, he does all right too. Real quick before we move to the next team, did you guys see? I can't remember what the thing was, but it was like if the Clippers were bad, then like the Thunder would get Thunder have their first round pick, so the Clippers could be bad, but then they wouldn't get to pick, so the Thunder could get Cooper Flag. Could you imagine?
Yeah, the Thunder have a lot of draft capital. If a couple of teams go this way or that way, they could end up with another huge piece. They're
That's how the Celtics got Tatum. It
Yeah,
wasn't,
it's an
it wasn't the
embarrassment of
first
riches.
overall. It wasn't Cooper Flag, but it was the third overall pick. And a year after we went to a conference finals with Jaylen Brown, we got Jason Tatum at third. You know, and that's exactly what OKC set up to do this year. And it's unfortunate that the Clippers are the new Nets, it looks like.
Certain moves.
Should we bring up our guest after we just talked about his team? His
Yeah,
unfortunate
the Bulls.
team?
Sure. Let's see.
Chef
Hello, Mr.
Reed.
T. How's it going?
What's up, guys?
Welcome to the program. Excited to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Chef, this is our new game. The good, the bad, and the saucy. We're ranking all 30 teams in terms of category where we think they're going to contend this year. Bad, good, or saucy, aka title contenders.
Title contenders. Okay.
Or teams that
category.
Teams that you think can make some noise.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fun. I only got
All right.
probably my normal 3.5 minutes, but
better than
Do you have any plays you want to
The
drop?
beautiful
Friday night,
3
Chef?
minutes, chat.
Before
What's
we,
that?
do you have any plays you want to drop before we get into the rankings?
no. I think obviously we're waiting for the season to start on Tuesday, and tonight we've got a bunch of preseason, which it's fun to dabble in. Throw a buck on it, throw cents just to sweat it out. Obviously,
Coffee.
these guys are. It's getting down to it where they're playing the first half, if that. So it's Lando. And other than that, I mean, Dodgers just started. I don't know what you guys are on for that, but I put out a little bit of a flyer.
Chef. Look where you're at.
Don't kid yourself, brother.
What?
I don't even know. I didn't even know the game started already. So,
I know. So whatever. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
I love you though. I'm sure
All right,
people
but Chef,
in the chat care.
do you agree where everybody is at right here before we move on?
I mean, I would put the Cavs in saucy, just personally.
So did chat.
Chat the same, yeah. I had
really?
good.
Yeah. Other than that, definitely everything else is fine. 100%.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
I like the Cavs and how well rounded they are. When you have guys hurt, which it seems that Jared Allen and D Mitch are constantly just fighting something. You've got Mobley and Garland to pick up the pace. You've got Bruce to pick up the pace. I love the days when we see a lot of starters out because that's screaming Struce triple-double, which we
Jack,
love.
can you guys tell that Chef's been deep in the lab? We're talking Max Struce triple-doubles.
Triple-double.
That's some deep.
You remember when we used to talk all last year?
Oh, I know. I you know what, dude? You know how I feel about triple doubles. If the word comes up, your boy is immediately at half mast.
I mean, we're talking when Paulo's playing the Brooklyn Nets and Franz is sitting out and Suggs is hurt. You're looking at Paulo triple double. You're looking at Struce triple double. You're looking at Garland possible triple double. You're looking at these random guys that you would never think, and obviously you're taking their RA and laddering their RA. I mean, I've been thinking about all this stuff for the past probably 2 or 3 weeks
since the finals ended, honestly.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, everything's good. With
Cavs definitely need Mobley to get better if they're
100%.
gonna make the noise that everybody right now is talking about.
I would say if there's like a middle line there on the cusp, like between, but I do like them in the saucy category. If there are 10 teams in the saucy category, I think they're probably the number 10.
I think that's a good point. That stuff also just brings up too. Now I'm interested to see who's gonna make the cut over the Cavaliers. That'll be fun when we get there.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
Next up.
All right. Next up, the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry's still there, but he's surrounded by a bunch of kids. He lost Klay Thompson, but he's still got Draymond. Boys, where are we going?
I think we have to go good, or I would say good. I don't think they're going to contend. I think they're going to flirt with maybe making the play-in or getting like last in the West. And good. What up, Carly?
Honestly, I think that they're going to. I think we got to go with good. When you have Steph Curry, you're always at contention for a playoff seed. He almost got them there last year. Unfortunately, they did lose in the play-in. But I do think that they added a few young pieces and a couple of perimeter shooters. They're not guys that are going to go and get you a bucket or a secondary scorer, but hopefully guys like
got B-Pod still.
Moody's had a good preseason.
Moody's had a good offseason that they've talked about, but who did they just bring in from his name is escaping me, from the Sixers? Backup point guard.
Healed?
Buddy, another great addition. Melton, right?
Melton.
Not Melton. Was it Melton?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. These are the good perimeter shooters. If you can surround Steph with some good perimeter shooters, I think that they've got a chance. That's what they've been lacking the last few years, especially with Klay not kind of hitting at the percentage he's used to. They haven't had good perimeter shooters, and maybe with that, it'll be good enough for a playoff spot.
Chef, you good with good?
I see the big fall off. I think
Steve.
I really love Steph. Obviously, best shooter in history, but we saw the dynamic when he had some of his guys hurt, and nobody picked up the pace. Literally nobody. Even the guys that you're supposed to rely on, like Wiggins and Draymond, like it was just like completely non-existent. It was just so stagnant that I really don't feel like, you know, I wish that Steph was somebody that was like, you know, a 29-year-old leader that he could group everybody around him and be contenders. We're done. I mean, Steph's already solidified everything, and everybody's gone. They're bad. Like, it is what it is. You know, I don't think honestly removing Clay, I don't think changes that. I think even with Clay, they're bad, in my opinion, because it just everything has gone through the wash. Other teams have picked, like we've kept moving, and they stayed stagnant, and they're not good. So I would say on the cusp of bad to good, but probably in the bad, in my opinion.
All right, boys, from the Plums, where are we going?
I got good.
Throw them in, that's fine. Yeah.
I think chat's kind of on the good side too. So,
all right. Next up, the Detroit Pistons, a team that is very telling that they think they're competing this year because they're signing veterans. They think that all of their young guys like Duran and Cade are about to turn the corner and be good. But do we think they're going to be good?
Bad, but close to good. Bad, but on the cusp of good.
I think that this team, if there was an opportunity of a team that I would say could surprise you the most, like you said, B, it'd be leaning towards possibly good. So I say bad, but we have to.
We have to for now.
We have to, yeah.
I am excited to see the JB Bickerstaff, though. He's done a great job with Darius Garland, Mobley, and Jared Allen, too. I know that Jared Allen took that step with in Brooklyn. Atkinson, yeah. But he has done a great job with JB Bickerstaff, and he's kind of got the same kind of roster. A few young guards. He's got a couple of really good big men in Stewart and in Duran. So I'm excited to see what he does, but I don't think it's going to be this year.
Well, we talked about it last week. JB was a scapegoat.
Yeah.
What do you think, Chef?
Bad.
Easy.
Bad.
No comment.
Yeah, there's no comment. I mean, honestly, we could talk about what's good and bad for that, but you guys already just said it completely. So,
yeah,
I think this next team will be really easy because we've talked a lot about it before, and they made all of their moves last year at the deadline, and they kind of stood pat in the offseason. But actually, no, they added Clay. The Mavericks. Saucy. They got to be saucy, right?
Yeah, saucy for sure.
Saucy.
Our first saucy team.
I think it's guys like Grimes and Najee Marshall. You know, those guys that are coming off the bench, both guys shot 37% from three. I really, really like them this year. It's going to be those additions that come off the bench and give guys like Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum problems defensively just because of how quickly they move their feet and how they keep themselves in front of you.
Well, the guys you mentioned, V, they brought them on for a reason. They brought them because like fucking Tim Hardaway Jr. wasn't doing what these guys have been brought in to do. They shoot the ball at a high rate and a high clip. It's going to be fun.
I think this team has a great opportunity if they play like they did last year to be better than they were last year and make it all the way back to the finals again. We've talked about it a lot through the offseason. Can't wait to see it play out, and we'll see what happens.
Lively MIP JoJo, $5 wins 200.
How can he be MIP? He's already ranked 56th best. What do you mean? Everybody already ranks him better than everybody else. He's better than Miles Turner, better than all these guys, apparently.
He ain't better than fucking Kate Cunningham. That was horse shit.
Terrible.
All right.
Let's keep it moving.
Let's roll.
This one I'm interested to see if anybody's going to drop them down into good. But the two-time MVP, Nikola Jokic and his Denver Nuggets.
Saucy.
They got Jokic. Yeah.
Holy shit, did Pete just go yard?
Big Pete, 3-round ding dong.
I bet that today. Sorry.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, you got to bet saucy, right? I'm now, thinking about every single team and like how I approach this. You got to go saucy with them, obviously.
Yep. I was just having this argument with V the other day where he was saying they didn't make enough moves. They're kind of like Calvin Booth is the GM and he's not spending money and the ownership, this and that. But they made a trade in the NBA Finals when they were in the NBA Finals for a first-round pick because they wanted to target a guy that was from 20 to 30, Julian Strawther from Gonzaga. And last night, Julian Strawther put up 33 points on 13 shots. So the Nuggets know exactly what they're doing. And I think they're going to be saucy this year for sure because Brown, Watson, Strawther, I think they're all going to take steps and they're going to get out in transition like they always do. They got Westbrook there that's going to pass it to these guys out on the wing and get it out into the outlets. So I'm super excited for the Nuggets. I think they're saucy for sure.
I still think they're saucy. You got Nikola Jokic, like I do. I just think that, like I said, you win a championship, you compete like that many years in a row, bring back the guys. Now we're seeing Aaron Gordon in another contract dispute. He's not getting the money he should be paid. It's a whole thing. I don't know. That's my only thing. But you got Jokic, you got Jamal, and so all these young guys that you're excited about, they're gonna still be good for sure.
Yeah.
Strawther, I watched those highlights from last night. That it was a thing I like in those situations, which we'll talk about probably a little bit later when we talk about connect for the Lakers. It's like you can tell when the guys who are going to be playing like Jamal Murray, MPJ, like things like that, you can tell when they just are invested in these dudes. Like Strawther was getting a lot of passes from Jamal Murray last night in that game. And he was almost like, I want you to be good. Please be good. And like, then it was like, oh yeah, you are good. You know what I mean? And like those situations are really good to see because then they're gonna need a guy like that to come in and play some nice minutes because Christian Braun was kind of that sort of character for them off the bench, and now he's going to be starting. So you got to have somebody that can come in and maybe get you a bucket or even turn into a really nice role player or somebody that's even better after that.
I like what you're saying, SPJ, because it could become a situation that's definitely in flux. Mike Malone might say, "Hey, Strawther, you're doing better. Doesn't matter. You're gonna leapfrog this guy in the rotation, and this guy."
Yeah,
absolutely.
And
all right, should we?
Go ahead. No, you're right. Yeah, and I think another big thing is, when Joker was hurt and Jamal was hurt last year, we saw the guys step up, and it was clear that they can handle the team. I mean, so there's the depth there, which is a huge, I think, indication in my eyes, and in a lot of people's eyes, of if you are a contender, if you have that depth, if you can ride out these injuries. So yeah.
All right, chat. We're gonna take a pause. We're gonna come back to this because we have Mr. Inzi with us right now. He was gonna talk about the basketball that is happening tonight because it is Game 4 of the WNBA Finals. Inzi is with us. You wrote about this game later today. Inzi, you ready?
Hey!
Oh,
there he is. You're muted.
No, Mike.
How we doing?
No, he's just Walmarting.
There we go. No,
really, no
he was
more.
Walmarting bad yesterday, and now he's Walmarting again today. Pick a Wawa, you're on time.
This is
Hey,
terrible.
what's up? Yeah,
Wait, can you guys hear me, or is this just like you're all fucking with me?
we can hear you, but you are very delayed.
in and out.
You're Walmarting.
Wow, I even
No,
have
you're good now.
bars. Go figure.
You're good. You're good
All
now.
right, good. How we doing, people? Let's go in the chat.
Better now.
You guys ready to talk about real
Oh,
We're gonna pass it off to you, brother, and let you dive into this game tonight. I know you have you already wrote about this game for Betting News. Is it your ladies tonight, man?
oh.
Massive cliffhanger, chat.
2.5, if I'm not mistaken. Am I gone again?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
unfortunately.
We can't have this. Is this better? Are we better?
Kinda. W technology. Technology's ready for the weekend too, apparently.
You look like you're filming from your microwave.
Well, chat, we will have a WNZBA report momentarily. I'll let him figure out some tech stuff. Sometimes it's just that's kind
I
of.
bet he's gonna. I bet I know what he's gonna say.
What is he gonna say?
Sabrina to the moon.
What?
She got
Yeah.
on a really, really rocky cold start for the game.
Vegas.
Vegas. Vegas was trying to fuck with Shags this morning. Did you guys see that Shags didn't have internet for 3 hours before their show? Vegas
No,
was messing
I
with
didn't.
his internet.
I feel like
and now
Shag's
he's messing with
always has
NZ's
internet problems.
It's because he's taking too much money from him, brother.
Because he's from freaking Kansas. They just got Wi-Fi there like 3 years ago.
There's the one corn stalk out in the middle of Kansas that is their soda.
Please.
Shags ain't even here catching strays.
Yeah, the entire state.
Good lord. All All right, Inzy's going to come back with us. He'll be back in a little bit, so don't go anywhere. Let's keep it moving with what we were doing on the ranking department. Go back to talk. We can talk about Kansas some more.
All right,
Not really.
let's go to. Let's keep it in California. Let's go to the Clippers.
Oh,
Bad.
We just had the recent news with Kawhi Leonard is out indefinitely with knee swelling. They lost Paul George, and they don't really have any draft capital. This is very much a team that's fucked. They got a new arena, but that's about it.
Man, I honestly would have said bad even regardless of the Kawhi news. I already thought they were kind of
Interesting.
bad. I mean, Kawhi does move the needle a tiny bit, but yeah, I think this team's going to suck this year.
55-game Kawhi doesn't move the needle that much. I think this Clippers team is going to be bad, but Harden's probably going to have some fun games that we can bet on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Trey Mann is on. You mean Terrence Mann? You mean
Terrence.
Terrence? You mean Terrence?
Terrence Mann feels like he's still 19 years old.
He's 27.
I know. That's why.
His over 1.5 threes is a good bet most of the time.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of, we'll go to Terrence Mann. The Hornets. I'm high on this team. I know SPJ above me and Vsauce at the very bottom is high. I don't know about Chef. Are you high on the Hornets? The rest of us like Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, Mark Williams. You putting this team in the good category or the bad category? Because they definitely ain't saucy.
I mean, if Ball can stay healthy, we talk about it all the time when we're creating lays, offense versus defense. And this team has no defense, absolutely none. And that's obviously a big problem. So if everybody can stay healthy and everybody can really, become a fantastic offense, which we know that they can, then I think they could be good, to be honest. But the big caveat is the 0 D. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, what makes a good basketball team? Like, what are we thinking? The Knicks, the Timberwolves.
Say it.
What's that?
He's not going to say it.
I said say it.
He's not going to.
The
green team.
The Green Goblins. It's a good defense.
The green guys.
Yep.
It's a good defense. And when we're looking at props, I know that has nothing to do with how good a team is, whatnot, but like when we are looking at this stuff, we're looking at, is the team playing a good defense? If they're playing a good defense, we tend to think that, they're not going to play as good. So if the Hornets can step up on defense and actually play something, then I think they could be good, to be honest. So I'm
interesting because
that's fine.
Jeff, they brought in Charles Lee, who was kind of a defensive-minded coach for the Celtics, and they named him head coach to try to change the culture.
We'll see. I mean, it'll become very apparent in the first 10 games if anything has changed. But yeah, we'll see.
Should we put him in the bad for now, then, boys?
I kind of want to put him in good, dude.
Me too.
I think
I want to put him in good.
I do too, so let's do it.
You know what I mean? I think they're going to be good. Brandon Miller's got me hyped. LaMelo Ball's healthy. Lonzo Ball's healthy. Life's good right now.
We're going to be forced to put good teams in the bad the way we're going.
Yep.
How we go with blind rankings all the time. All right, I think we're good on the tech now. Let's see if we can get to the WNBA, and then we'll come back and finish off the list. Let's see if we can get Mr. NZ in here.
Hey.
Master Z?
Hello.
There we go.
I feel like I'm even clearer, so this has to be better than it was.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
way better.
Way better. So much better.
I'm standing.
Um,
I'm in the other lab, but hey, whatever works, right?
Exactly. Welcome, buddy. I know you wrote about this game. Go ahead and get after it. What do you like tonight for Game 4?
All right, well, everybody, get ready for the last game of the WNBA season tonight. I am going with the Liberty -2.5. They blew that first game, and they haven't stopped. They're going to just keep going. They're not stopping. They are fucking so ready for this. This is what they've been playing for all fucking year. It's time. It's time. I mean, if they drop this game, yes, they're going to go back home and have a little bit of a leg up if they have to go back home, but they don't want to go home. That's the last thing they want to do. Breanna Stewart was an absolute demon. If you saw her eyes last game, 30 points, 10 boards, 4 blocks. They're all over the place. And to Chef's point, oh, he's over here. Hi, Vera. that Sabrina's going to be shooting, especially after the way she closed out last game with those 2 daggers. There's absolutely no way that she is not going to be shooting that ball. I think they move it around again. I think Jones is great down low again, getting 9 or 10 rebounds. Give me the ladies to celebrate later. That's what I'm hoping for. So that's a little biased, but still, I gave you more of the backup to it. I mean, Collier played great. She's been playing more of a utility player for the entire team. Courtney Williams, a little bit hit or miss. She didn't really show up last game, if I'm not mistaken. She misses a lot of shots, even though she has one of the best jumpers in the league. But if they can get her a little frazzled and they get Kayla McBride a little frazzled, then they get the leg up right there off the bat. Stewart has to play the way she played last game, though. And I mean, they lost by a disaster in game 1. They came out and blew them out in game 2. The other night was another close game. I think we see it. We see another dominating game this time, like game 2.
If you're still not watching these playoff games in the WNBA, I don't know what you are doing. How exciting was game 3? Game 3. The way that ended the
19,600 people in attendance. It was, I think, the most attended game ever in WNBA history.
It was.
This league's just going to keep climbing, man. It's going to be. I feel like I'm like.
No, you're good. You're good. Keep going.
Just keep going.
So yeah.
I will say too, in the playoffs here, is the competition has been fierce. There's no team where you're thinking like this is going to be a blowout. This is not going to be a good game. It's been close games, tight series, and like phenomenal performances from all these ladies.
Even that game too, that game was extremely close until like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and that's when the Liberty took over and they won by like 14 in the end. But leading up to that, the Lynx were chopping away the whole time. They were up, they were down 5, they were down 3, they were down 6. They kept on going back and forth, and then the Liberty finally got the best of them. But I don't know. I think we definitely see a close game. The spread has just gone like this and this and this with every game that has come. I mean, we have the smallest spread this game as we've had the whole series. Yeah, man. I'm really hoping to celebrate later. First championship in their history. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is only like the 3rd time they've made it to the finals. And yeah, I know they made it last year. We've been spoiled because we got them playing the Aces in the semis. We had Connecticut versus Minnesota in the semis, which was a great one. Next year they're going to go 7 games for the final. It's going to be even better.
That was a necessary change after the way that fans responded this year.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to have another team next year. We're going to have 2 teams, two more teams the following year. It's just going to keep getting better, man.
Unrivaled league come the wintertime. That's going to be a lot of fun as well.
We may have to do something with that.
We definitely do.
Maybe the W transitions into that, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because if it's a whole season, right?
It's 6 weeks. It's going to be fucking awesome. They're going to have the 3-on-3 tournament first. Then they're going to have a 1-on-1 tournament with every single player in the league. Winner gets $250,000. The Unrivaled League is about to make a Godfather offer to Caitlin Clark too. So, chat, be on the lookout for that.
It sounds like we're going to have some fun with that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chef, do you guys have any props for the WNBA game today?
Yeah. I mean, give me Brianna's points. Give me Sabrina's threes. Jones's rebounds is another one that I like. Probably you're going to have to take 10 plus, but if you're building a leg, go to 8. Chef, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, Williams' PRA has been automatic for the past like 4 or 5 games. If she doesn't pick it up in one facet, she picks it up in a different. We were talking before you came here. Sabrina's she started out super cold. She had 2 points in the first half or something like that?
Yeah, and then the first game, I think she only had 4 points in the entire game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So
being named second team might have been the best thing for her all season.
Yeah.
Might be the reason why they win the championship.
I like Sabrina, but I think Courtney Williams' PRA is a good go-to as of right now. So
it's been smacking. She's so good.
Kayla McBride threes is probably a good look. She's going to shoot a lot because their life's on the line.
Yeah,
tonight.
I like Kayla McBride as well. Yeah.
I kind of like Collier's points too, just purely off the fact that it's an elimination game and she's been awesome. So
if the Liberty win the tip, which they have, I think I took Stewie. It's either Stewart or Sabrina, so bet them both. Put like a quarter unit on both of them. That's my thought process, at least. And if I had to pick somebody from the other team, I'd probably take Courtney Williams because she's probably going to get the ball off the tip and she'll dribble down and take one of those mid-range shots.
Don't the Liberty like most of the time win the tip because of Breonna Stewart's arms?
They that's exactly what happened last game. Is they won. I took Sabrina. She missed the shot, and then the Lynx ended up scoring in the end.
Did you know that she has like a 7'1" wingspan? Did you know that?
Holy shit!
She is lanky. She got like a
KD. Yeah, she's extremely lanky.
She's 6'5", but she has a 7'1" wingspan, which is wild.
Sheesh.
I know.
She's a born winner, man. Hopefully, she gets her third championship tonight.
Where did her other championships come, Enzi? Since you said the Liberty haven't won.
She came from Seattle last year, so she played in the Seattle Storm. She played with Sue Bird for those few years there. They won it. The last one they won was in 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Sweet. And Sabrina's never won a championship, that I'm guessing?
No, she's a Liberty homebred. So we got her, I believe, 3 years ago. So 2022. She was like I think she was the second pick or the third pick because we were horrible.
I mean, look at you now.
Doing all right.
Glow up.
Dude, one win away, baby.
Yeah.
But they made some big roster moves. Before last year, they got Vandersloot, they got Jonquel Jones, and they got Breonna Stewart, which was like, that was like when LeBron and Chris Bosh went to fucking Miami, sort of thing.
New York fans deserve it after having to cheer for the Knicks their entire lives.
And the incoming disappointment.
I mean, dude, we haven't had a championship in New York. I mean, all right, technically 2001 was the last one because NYCFC won the MLS Cup. But previous to that, it's 2009 when the Yankees won the World Series. We haven't had a championship in this state in a long time now. We were winning so many years there, and it's been ice cold. So
you wouldn't count the Giants then because they're in New Jersey?
Oh, I guess I forgot they won in 2012. No, I'm a huge Giants fan, actually.
2009? So I can't remember, but you guys got two of them shits. 7, yeah.
Yep. 2007. Maybe it was 2011 then if it wasn't 2012. But yeah, you're right. Those are the last two. And honestly, nobody gave a shit about soccer. I did. It was a lot of fun when they won the MLS Cup. But I mean, they technically represent New York, so they did win a championship.
Well, selfishly, I don't want this to be the last game tonight because it would be awesome
to
have you talk about one more game. But for you, I'd hope the Liberty get the job done.
If it goes to Game 5, there may be a strong chance your boy is going to that game, even if I got to go alone. I mean, it's in New York. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? Like, I didn't get to go last round. And it's like,
cheer for
forget about it.
Enzi.
What other option do I have?
Cheer for the Lynx tonight.
It must happen.
I can't do that, but
it's a win-win for you. It's a win-win. If they win tonight, they win the chip. If you don't, you go into the game.
Yeah,
I know, but Minnesota showed they can win in New York, so I'd rather just get the job done tonight.
Yeah,
we'll see.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's true.
All right, chat. Well, that was some WNBA action for you guys. And Mr. WNZBA, thank you so much for your time from the basement. The last time you were in the basement on the channel, that's when Chef hit his plus $10,000 lotto.
I literally was thinking that when I came in here. I was like, I think the last time I was standing here was when we were sweating out Chef's 10K.
Whisper shouting.
Whisper.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good times, boys.
Yeah. We'll do it again soon.
All right, gentlemen. Have a great
appreciate
show.
You, man. Thank you.
Chat. Have fun. See you boys later.
Thanks,
Dog. Next weekend.
All right, peace, guys.
Deuces. That is NZ. You guys can go peep the scribbles he wrote about the game. As I said, he did kind of give you some analysis right there. But you can go check it out. Let's dive back into the rankings. WNZBA.
All right, boys. Let's let her rip because we still got to do this NFL version. We still got Smash or Pass. We still got a full NFL review. All right. I know we're all high on this team, but I'm excited to see if they're in the good or the saucy. Ja Morant's Grizzlies. Add in Zach Edey. Where are we going, boys?
I'm going saucy at this point, just because of what we only have 5 more good spots left. We got to put 8 more teams in the saucy department, and I think that this team with Ja, Edey, we've talked about it throughout the last few shows. I think that if they put it all together, they could surprise some people and compete this year. So I'm going to go saucy.
I think saucy too, man. Jaren Jackson, Desmond Bane, they've got some good young pieces, a good young coach. I like it.
Let's not mess
Yeah,
with it.
I'm in for that. I'm a big fan of the Grizzlies and just how they play. If they can all stay healthy, which obviously that's the question for every sport ever, but they're electric, absolutely electric.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they've already been hit with an injury a little bit with Gigi Jackson, but they still have like vets that they signed to like 4-year deals, like John Conchar. They still have dudes that have been in that culture for a number of years with Taylor Jenkins as the coach. So I'd put them as saucy because that's exactly where they were before all the jaw drama.
I mean, we saw the other night the Edie it's the preseason, so who gives a fuck? But
yeah,
like he looked great.
Yeah,
man. He looked so good.
His foot speed looks increased, which is amazing to see.
Yeah, and they're giving him the ball because a guy like that's that big and is a post, he's not going to be shooting threes. So he needs the ball down low, and he needs to be fed in those positions and be put in the right positions. It'll happen. It'll happen for sure.
Chat. He's never been to an NBA game.
I know. It's on my list of things to do. Yeah. I guess we can keep going because we got a lot to get to. But
oh yeah, so much to get to. This one I think we're not going to talk about at all because two of us aren't going to want to talk about it. The Boston Celtics, saucy, right? We're not fucking around.
Just put it in saucy.
Let's throw it in there.
Wait a second. We can't even have a conversation about it.
I mean, Chef, do you have any?
You got any rebuttals?
Yeah.
No.
just so me and Sook stay quiet.
Yeah. All right. Next one should be just as simple. The Blazers.
Yeah. Bad.
What
Hey,
up,
next picks. How you doing, buddy?
What up, man?
What's up, next?
How are you doing?
For the first 10 games of the season, you know what we're doing. Every single game.
Fading the Blazers?
Huh?
Are we fading the Blazers?
No.
Oh.
We're taking 8 in PR.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
The first 10 games. And then that's it. Because then they'll bump it.
Yeah.
I love that, Chef.
For the first 10 games, huh?
I love that, Chef, because I just watched the highlights for the preseason games for the Trailblazers, and Scoot is doing crazy shit, like getting all the way to the rim for an open layup and then handing it off to Ayton right away.
Yeah. Like, everyone has a bad taste in their mouth because, it's Ayton. He was, he just seems like a big clunky guy, but for some reason, it's just...
He's the big dog there.
So soft at the beginning of the season, so we got to take advantage. There will be guys that we got to take advantage of.
He's been to the finals. He's gonna big dog the dudes on the roster.
He's a pretty silky guy for his size too, man. Like he finishes, he's got soft touch, he's got a nice jumper from the outside. It's just his attitude, I would say, is Ayton's biggest problem. But yeah, I'm with you, Chef. PR to the moon.
Real quick, boys. Too, from Rowdy, before we move on from this, I think Denny can have a really good season for the Blazers. His props are going to be really nice.
Chauncey's already saying that he's the best player on the Blazers right now. Like I don't know why we'll provoke that, but okay.
Chat, you got to target what SPJ was targeting at the end of last season: his RA and his double-double.
Mm-hmm.
His rebounds, especially. He just goes everywhere.
He's a great player. Great player.
He's a good player. Really good player.
All right, next one up, boys. It's got to be bad, but I'm interested to see what you guys say. The Toronto Raptors, the only Canadian team.
Horrible. Get them out of my face.
I think bad, but they have the potential to be better because of Scotty Barnes coming back. And although RJ Barrett's apparently out for a little bit to start the season. So, but they're probably going to be kind of a middle-of-the-road team. I don't think they're going to make any noise.
Yep. All right, next one. I'm excited to see if you guys are going to put them in the saucy or the good category. As Vsauce, your favorite team, well, not your favorite team, but a team you're very fond of, the Orlando Magic.
Man, I think saucy. I don't think compete for a title, but I think a conference finals is on the table for this team. They're defensive. They've got an absolute stud in Paolo and a great second option in Franz Wagner. Maurice Wagner has taken a step every single year, and he's getting more and more minutes off the bench. I like them. I'm big on them, and I think that I would throw them in the
good, not saucy.
Yeah, I think saucy.
Oh,
Matt, you're kind of new. He does these home run videos a lot. He hasn't done one in a minute, but yeah, got the first class experience.
Yeah,
Paulo RA free. Yeah, that's true.
all right, let's think about this strategically. We've got 6 more spots of good and saucy each, and 3 more bads. So, I mean, I would say we go. I'm down to lean either good. I'm down to lean good more than saucy.
Yeah,
But
same.
I'm okay for saucy. I know you're high on them, V. I think they can compete. I liked everything that you said, but there's some other better teams out there that I want to go in the saucy department. I think.
We putting them good, Chef? Oh, we putting them good.
Chat, what do we think? I think Chad agrees with you guys. I think
Putting them good. All right, boys. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to the desert. The Phoenix Suns. They got 3 guys on max contracts, but they ain't exactly maximizing their potential. This team kind of middle of the road last season. Grayson Allen is still there on an extension, but other than that, they're kind of staying pat and hoping health will improve their odds.
What's up, Kayshawn?
I gotta go saucy.
Saucy.
Yeah,
What team?
The Suns.
the Suns.
The shitty thing is that I feel like we should have put the Magic saucy and the Suns good, in my opinion. But purely off of KD and Booker and
Beal,
I think we have to go saucy.
You got 3 studs there. You got Nurkic coming in, who kind of was finishing up last year a little bit better. And on top of that, you have the point guard that you needed. A point guard that doesn't need even 7 to 8 shots in the offense. That's just going to handle the ball, get your guys the ball, and run that offense. I think that they got what they needed. And Bud's a good coach. We saw what he did with the Bucks. If he could do the same kind of thing here with the Suns, who knows?
Yeah.
I say good.
I kind of agree.
And I only say that, I know because we're all thinking it. These guys were supposed to win, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so for them to absolutely shit the bed and for them to look how they looked with the big 3, it taints them, of course. So maybe on paper they're saucy, but in my mind they're only good. Could be wrong, probably wrong because of I hold on to grudges, as you guys know.
Shocking. Yeah.
Well, that puts
I saw your eyes roll heavily to the back of your head when even Nurkic's name got mentioned. So
yeah.
Should we drop him down to good?
No, leave him. I think we leave him in saucy.
Leave him in saucy?
I like Chef's point though, but I think we leave him.
All right, next team. We might be filling up the saucy category a little bit with this one. The OKC Thunder. They added Caruso, and they have all those young guys that can take a leap, and Case and Wallace, minus Giddey. But what's going on with OKC, boys? We putting them in saucy.
SGA MVP OKC champions.
Wow.
They're saucy, but like Chef just made me want to puke.
How does it feel?
Have you booked the ticket already for them to win and Shea to win an MVP?
Yeah, 480 plus 480.
Nice. Wow, it's got to be more than that.
No, I think he's talking about just Shea MVP plus 480.
Oh, pair them together.
Yeah.
If Shea wins MVP, the Thunder are probably going to be either the first or the second team in the West, and
they will be. They're going to win the whole thing this year.
Yeah.
What's up, Prendy?
Hello, chat. Hello,
Gerald's
Gerald.
a logical fan.
You missed
Very
Gerald.
logical.
You missed Bozo of the Week, brother. We had a whole feature on you. It was great. It's not funny. You missed it. It's unfortunate.
All right, boys. Let's keep it moving. Let's move it fast. Next team definitely going in the bad, but if anyone's got anything to say about them, I'd be interested to hear it. They re-signed Lauri Markkanen. He cannot be traded this season after signing that Supermax, but beyond that, they got Keontae George. They got some tradable pieces in Jordan Clarkson, but obviously we're putting them in the bad category. The Utah Jazz.
Yeah, bad.
Yep.
Yeah. Lauri's going to be fun to bet on this year, though. I will say that. I think he's
Yep.
going to I think he's going to have a kick-ass year.
All right. Let's keep it moving. Everybody's darling from last year, but I know Vsauce isn't high on them. The Indiana Pacers.
Good.
Good? Not saucy?
No.
All right, perfect.
I think they take a step back too, man.
Same. 7-8 seed. We saw it happen to the Kings. It happens to teams. To maintain that same level and to get back in the postseason, win another 50-some games, do all that, it's hard.
So you guys are leaning there more of the Hawks from a few years ago, like make that Eastern Conference Finals, but not really a team that deserves to be there perennially.
I would say the Kings, just because like I know the Kings didn't make a Western Conference Finals, but I think that they're gonna be good. Like I think this team is good. They've got the pieces. I just think that they're gonna take a step back of how well they performed last year. And everybody wants to talk about the Celtics and their run to the finals. They also played a very beat up Knicks team, right? They weren't playing a healthy Jalen Brunson. They had a lot of injuries and a lot of stuff go their way. Giannis didn't play in the first round at all. Dame got hurt for 2 of the games. So, like, the Pacers had a lot of stuff go their way last year in order to finish where they did.
All right.
I have a hot take about this team, and we don't have to discuss it. I feel it in my bones. I think that this might be one of Tyrese Halliburton's worst seasons as an NBA player this season.
Oh, why does everybody keep discounting this guy? From the draft and his fucking his like shooting form to like when he got traded for Sabonis, like
I don't know. People have him listed in their top 10 these days. I don't think a lot of people are discounting him.
top 10 is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't
The
know.
Kings?
No, Halliburton. We're talking about the Pacers.
Oh, the Pacers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Pacers, honestly.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on good.
Yeah. We can keep going.
All right, next one. I'm interested in this one. This team, they added DeJounte Murray, and they got Zion Williamson, the band man himself, CJ McCollum, and they got a bunch of great role players in Murphy and what's his name, Herb Jones. Where are we going with the Pelicans, boys? I would lean bad. I think they're going to regress this season. Too much of a logjam at multiple positions. A lot of guys looking forward. A lot of guys thinking about where they're headed next in the NBA. Where are we going with the Pelicans?
I say good.
Yeah, I think good. I don't think bad. Like, if I'm looking at the teams that I have in both categories, I think they fit more in with the good category than they do the bad.
I'm interested.
I think good.
I mean,
Yeah.
I said a hot take about the Pacers, and I think it's so interesting, Sook, that you're not high on this team.
I was very high on them. I loved their coaching staff. I loved
they burned
everything
you.
about them. They didn't burn me per se. I just think it's kind of this team it's like the Raptors team that didn't win the chip. Everyone loved DeMar. Everyone loved Kyle Lowry together. But that team kind of ran its course, and we got the LeBronto narrative where they were never going to get over the hump. And I think that's the point with this New Orleans Pelicans team. This is not a team that's going to get over the hump. I don't think Zion is necessarily not a superstar, but I don't think he's your number 1A guy if you're competing for the chip.
I'm a huge BI fan. Always have been. I know that him and Zion are just a second away from being out for multiple games at a time, which kind of makes this team tough. But yeah, I think good's a good spot. I know you lean bad.
We can put him there. All right, next team up. A lot of injuries. Joel Embiid not playing back-to-backs. Paul George, their big free agent acquisition, is injured. Knee hyperextension. Little on the older side. Where are we going with the Sixers, boys? Do you think Therese Maxey is going to drag this team into saucy territory, or they're stuck in the good spot? Brandy.
I think we got to go with saucy just because the good category is filling up. And I know that Joel never made a conference.
The 76ers?
Yeah.
That's crazy, V. We're not going to throw them in saucy because good's getting filled.
No, but like you got, dude, this is a team that finishes top 3 in the East again and again. They still have Joel Embiid, a guy who just averaged like almost, 35, 36 points per game. We were taking his points line at 37 and a half last season. You know what I mean? Like I shit on Embiid all the time. I shit on the Sixers all the time. But the thing is he puts up numbers and they're always going to be a competitor in my eyes. As long as Joel Embiid's on the court, they're a competitor. You guys don't think so?
I think we got to go saucy.
He's playing like 50 games.
I know, but at the end, if he's putting up 35 in the playoffs, that's what matters.
You're not telling me that that's bad for the locker room. That
I think
like,
it's terrible.
obviously if Andre Drummond is there to supplement him in the back-to-backs, don't you think the team's going to be like, if Joel has one bad game, they're not going to be thinking, all right, should the other guys be playing more?
No, I completely agree. And I'm not saying anything with that. I don't think they're going to win a title, but I do think that they're going to be one of the teams competing when it comes down to it at the end. That's what I'm saying. Like I think a conference finals means that you can categorize the team as saucy. If you can get to one series away from the finals, you are competing for a title. You know what I mean?
All
And I
right.
think that the Sixers could get over that hump this year. Just Tyrese Maxey, I was not high on that guy, and he fucking showed me last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tyrese is insane. I'll agree with that.
You know.
I-
But again, if you guys both disagree and chat disagree, throw them in good. Don't listen to
No,
just
they-
me. 'Cause I feel like I'm
they've
the
all-
only one.
Chat
No,
like Saucy.
I like Saucy. I like Saucy too, purely just off of everything that you said. I don't believe in this team, and we've talked about it quite a lot on the show, but I think that they will be in the conversation by the time the end of the season rolls around, which is the whole point of the Saucy conversation. So, just to answer a question in the chat too, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you guys saw more news about this, but I'm pretty sure PG is out for only like a week or 10 days. It's only like a 2-week injury. It's like
It's not short.
Yeah, it's a. Is that what you saw, V2? Did you see the same thing?
I saw something that he should be ready like game 3 or 4 into the season, something like that. I'm not exactly sure what it's looking like, but there's still, it's always up in the air with that guy.
He avoided major structural damage, or they need to reassess in like a week. But that was the
worst part is how it happened. He was just like he was looking to just take off the other way. You know what I mean? It's
luck.
Yeah.
I saw a photo of him locked in the position, and it said Zesty PG. It was funny. Yeah.
People are fucked, man.
I know.
Next one up, boys. I think this one we can all agree is going in the bad category. They got two goofballs that we do like betting on here and there. Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma's Washington Wizards. Bad, right?
What is a team that is going to win less than 20 games?
Yeah,
that's what this team is.
I already told you guys, though. Corey Kispert, Tristan Vucevic. Don't forget.
There's betting opportunities. That's
bet on those
PJ
guys.
is right.
Of
They're
course,
they're gonna suck though.
Bad.
They're gonna be bad.
All right, now we're getting to the nitty gritty. We only have a few spots in each category, so I'm interested to see where everybody lands. I'm gonna try to fuck you guys up a little bit and make you guys put a good team in the fucking bad category. But let's go with the Knicks. They made the big trade, all the big signings. Where are we going with them?
Saucy.
Definitely.
Brother.
V, you're going good?
What?
I think the losses of Isaiah Hartenstein, I think the loss of Julius Randle is huge, and Dante DiVincenzo. You brought in you had the two guys that were going to guard the other two wings in the Eastern Conference. That was Dante DiVincenzo and Mikal Bridges, right? Then you had OG Anunoby. To add to that, you had guys off the bench that could play that role. Now you were depending on OG, a guy who hasn't played 60 games in how long? You're depending on a guy like Karl Anthony Towns to be your best rebounder and your big man center. I don't see that. The defensive side of this team is gone, and that's what concerns me the most. Yes, Jalen Brunson can average 35 points per game. I think he's fantastic. I think Mikal is going to have a little bit of a down year this year, and good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think we should debate this too much. I think we have to put Saucy. I gotta completely disagree with V.
Yeah.
They've made so many moves, spent the money, guys have bought in like Brunson taking pay cuts. You can't put this team anywhere else besides Saucy because we're gonna fill up that good category.
This is you basically made the same argument for the 76ers. Like they're gonna be in the race at the end, so they have to be in the Saucy department. I can see what you're saying. I think that they maybe don't live up to the hype that they lived up to last year, and someday if they fall off a bit, but they're going to be in that conversation at the end of the season.
It's funny. I think me and Sook are like me. The way he feels about the Sixers is how I feel about the Knicks, and how I feel about the Knicks is how he feels about the Sixers.
Yeah, fair enough. And they're both in the saucy category, so
yeah, and they're both in the saucy category.
Yeah,
if V had his way, this graphic would have one team in the saucy category and everybody else shoved over there.
Yeah.
Look at him down there smirking. See? All right, let's keep going.
Keep it moving, boys.
Yeah.
Let's speed round through the next ones. Let's go with the Phenoms team. Victor Wembanyama's team. Obviously, we're not putting this team in the saucy category, but they got a lot of guys. They got Keldon Johnson, who slimmed down. They got Vassell. They got a few veterans and Collins, and they got SPJ's dude, who we'll talk a little bit about later, in Castle. Where are we putting Spurs, boys? Good or
we
bad?
know Kanika's putting them.
Saucy and right in Kanika's heart, there's two little spots. There's a spot for a little sook, and then there's a spot for a big old winner.
Look, don't you ever take Kanika to a Spurs game. She won't come home, man.
Yeah.
The stadium.
I think good.
Yeah,
I think they're going to
I
be
agree.
frisky. Yeah. I think they make the play-in, or maybe even make the playoffs.
I like that. Rowdy thinks they're good. Chef, good or bad? Spurs.
Gosh, that's tough. Honestly, that's a coin flip.
Agreed.
That's really tough. Right on the cusp. So, oof. I hate to say it, but bad. I hate to say it, but it's on the
Ooh.
cusp, but bad.
Chat's got good or saucy. Saucy
Yeah.
from Ma. We got to put them in the good, boys.
I think we got to put them in the good at least. Yeah.
Add in CP3, Harrison Barnes. They still got one of the best coaches in the league.
All right.
Spurs, good. I think we're gonna like that in the future. Looking back on that, we're gonna like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next team up, boys. The king himself, the Lakers, new coach JJ Redick. Otherwise, besides that, roster has pretty much stayed pat to the first round loser last year. The LA Lakers, boys, they're not bad, but are they saucy?
I think it's bad or saucy. There's no in between for these guys. Bad or saucy. Either they're going to compete for a title and go to another Western Conference Finals, or they're going to miss the playoffs.
You're crazy. They'll make a trade. They're not going to miss the playoffs.
I think you got to go saucy. Purely off of the fact that AD and LeBron are there.
I'm just saying, AD or LeBron, any one of those guys get hurt, this team goes from like.
That's the same argument with the 76ers, though, and we're in the saucy conversation. It's the exact same thing.
But I would argue that a lot of these other teams that we put in here still have some depth, and that's where the Lakers are really, really lacking.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
They have Max Christie.
They have Bronny James.
We're
I don't know if you've heard of Bronny.
We're not talking about guys that haven't even played a full complement of NBA minutes or anything like that and acting like they are depth yet. We can't. We're not. No way.
Dude, Dalton Connect lit it the fuck up last
20 straight points. Took it. Chef, I took the Lakers live. Down 8 plus 475 last night. I texted these guys. It was fucking lit, bro.
He did.
I'm excited to bet on Dalton, man. That dude
it's gonna be fun.
Has shown some real signs of stardom, man. In both. I mean, he was grabbing boards, shooting threes, like he was all over the place. I love it.
And this is the weird thing that people like. It always gets lost in the conversation, but homeboy, despite like you always think the white players are sneaky, athletic, but like literally Dalton Connect is sneaky. His wingspan is sneaky long. He can already catch and shoot over guys much taller than him. Older guy coming out of college. He is fucking good, dude.
I like him.
Yeah. Lakers saucy?
I think we got to go saucy, personally.
Chad,
I know V hates it. Chad? V wants them to say good so bad. He wants them to say good so bad. Matt, we got to get you a sub.
Chat. Yes, saucy. Yeah, you guys agree? All right, chat.
It would only give us one more saucy spot, though, boys.
That's for Milwaukee.
The Bucks.
It's got to be the Bucks.
Where's the Kings?
There's a couple teams. Exactly.
This is what happens when you get throw the Lakers in there. This is what happens when we get the Lakers in there.
We got the Celtics in there too. I mean, you know.
All right, boys.
Where's the Kings?
We're powering through. Let's do the Kings next. They add DeMar DeRozan. They still got Mike Brown. Is it light the beam again this season, boys? DeMar thinks they're going to go to the conference finals.
I think good is where they need to be.
I thought they were saucy, but...
Well, now you filled saucy. Well, we did, actually. My bad.
But, yeah, good, I guess.
I mean, we already talked that we all like this team this year. I took their over win total. But, like, with what we have in front of us, do you want them there and put the Bucks in the good category?
Nope.
Who said that?
Gerald.
Oh.
All right. We got
Kings.
next.
All right, next up. I'm sad the list is so full, boys, because I'm super high on this team. I wouldn't put them in saucy, but looks like they're end up in the good category. The Houston Rockets, they added the 3rd overall pick, Reed Shepherd, Vsauce's MIP pick, Jalen Green, and SPJ's favorite player in the league, Alperen. Where are we going with the Rockets, boys?
They got to be good. They got to be the last good spot.
Good. We're going to get fucked on some bad team.
What?
That's not bad, but
the Houston Rockets?
Yeah.
Chef, what would you guess their win total is this year?
The over-under?
Yeah. 82 game season.
I took them to win the division, Chef, at plus 1,200 a few
But
months
wait,
ago.
hold
What
on.
the hell?
Chef, if you had to guess
I
a
want
number,
whatever
what do
you
you think
guys
it
are
is?
smoking. Because what in the actual fuck?
But Chef, what do you think the number is? Like, if you had to just guess.
37.
I think it's 46.5.
46?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's soaring under.
Yeah?
Absolutely soaring under. The Houston Rockets? Absolutely.
Yeah, Chef, I think you're sleeping on the Rockets. They won like 44 games last year.
Bro, Van Fleet,
41.
Dylan Brooks.
Okay. Totally can't wait to see them when they barely squeak by 31 games.
Why do you hate the Rockets so much? Who burned you in Houston?
Don't I work in Houston? No, I do work for a company that does it. I do have
Who burned you in
burned you?
Houston? Who burned you?
the entire Rockets team.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay.
The entire team. Like literally there was a
Alright.
point. There was a point. It was a halfway point. And I said, this is a first, but we have now banned an entire team. And it is the Houston Rockets. It's the inconsistency. We see these good teams that either are really good on defense, really good consistency, or have a lot of depth. And the Rockets, they're all over the place. Absolutely all over the place.
So are we putting them bad then, boys? Because we got 3 other teams left, and I'm looking at them, and it's going to be tough to slot them.
I think we got to go good. I mean, I get Chef's, feelings.
I can't think of what two teams we haven't ranked yet. I know that the Bucks are one of them. Then we've got the Rockets, and there's 2 other teams that are going to get slotted into the bad category.
All right. The good category is full, boys.
Yeah.
The Rockets.
It's the Rockets.
All right. 3 teams left. Let's go south. The Miami Heat.
Oh, fuck.
Bad.
Bad, I guess.
I would have put them there anyways, though.
Yeah.
Would you?
Say bad.
Interesting.
Even though I do think Bam could make some noise, but I think the Heat are going to be bad. Maybe like an 8th seed, but like.
Well, bad is only 10 teams. Bad is you're not even sniffing the play-in.
Yeah. I can't wait till we were betting on Jaime Jaquez triple-double.
We're going to be doing that. Also, we'll talk about this in a bit, but I know, Chef, you don't have a lot of time. Kellel Ware is going to be an absolute monster this season. He's the only 7-footer on this roster. Really proved he has got a proper motor at Indiana. I'm really high on Kellel Ware this year.
Yeah, I can't wait to bet on him. And his line's going to be super soft too, for rebounds initially, hopefully, because if he gets a decent amount of playing time, he'll absolutely destroy the boards.
We can't put them in good, Gerald. Good is full.
Good's full.
Yeah.
2 teams left. I'll give them both to you. 1 team is going to have to be in the bad, boys. The Bucks, the T-Wolves.
Oh, jeez.
Just want you guys to know that the T-Wolves should have been in the saucy category and the Lakers should have been in the good category.
And we're posting this list, so you guys got to stand by this.
Throw the T-Wolves in the bad category, please, and put the Bucks in the saucy category.
I would
put the Bucks in the bad category and the Timberwolves in the saucy category. The Bucks are if Giannis doesn't have an MVP type season, the Bucks might even not make the playoffs.
Bucks were 3rd last year with a coaching change mid-season, with Giannis's injuries, with a brand new starting lineup, with Dave's struggles and everything like that. 3rd in the Eastern Conference. They were still a really good team. They fired their coach when they were 1st in the East.
Giannis didn't get hurt till the last week of the season. He played almost the whole year.
But I'm just saying this team was really good, even with all of their struggles, mid-season coaching change. I don't know. This is a new roster in Minnesota this year.
You like them? Well, they made one. You already said that you liked Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo for the Knicks argument of being bad.
I know, but I like the Beal move too. It didn't work the first season. A lot of times, these big splashes don't work the first year. I don't know. I guess yeah. All right.
Okay. You
3
like
Eastern
Bucks
Conference teams in this. That's it. In the saucy category, eh?
Is it important you just wanted another Eastern Conference team over there?
No, it's just interesting like that. It just shows that Western Conference. I just don't think the Lakers should have been in there at all.
Yeah, I I mean, for the most part, for trying to create this list off of blind rankings and among the four of us who are balls deep in NBA, it's not too bad.
It's not terrible.
It's definitely not. No, we did good. I would say we did good.
I think I would
Philadelphia and Phoenix out of there. Get Houston out of there. Get the Pels out of there.
Yeah, same,
throw 'em
Chef.
all away.
Pels bad.
I don't know who would go replace them in the good category. That's the problem. Maybe I'm
the Bucks.
Maybe, like I said, I hold grudges, and I'm
This is fucked.
I think there are more bad teams than good from holding those grudges. I have told everybody we're starting with a clean slate, except for two people, obviously.
I don't know, man. You seemed pretty adamant about hating the Rockets. You might have to put them on the list too, brother.
I know. Well, honestly, I really need to let it go. I really do. But still, fuck them. I mean, fuck them.
Do me a favor, Chef. We always do this, the three of us.
We're gonna love the Rockets this year, bro.
You ready? Go like this with me. Woo-sa. Woo-sa. Woo. You're not doing it. Woo-sa.
Woo-sa. I don't have time to woo-sa.
It's helpful. Whatever. W growth, indeed, Keisha.
Dude, Dodgers are getting absolutely cooked right now.
Yeah. It's an elimination game. The Mets needed to win.
I'm around. I just have to go change a poopy diaper, so I'm
W dad.
I don't know if you guys are hanging out for a while, but
we still got a lot more to do.
All right, I'll be back.
All right, later. All right, chat. How did we? Yep.
I'm gonna put out a fun preseason lay just for $1. So I gotta do that real quick after I change this shit diaper.
Send it, and we'll tail it.
Nope.
All right, chat. We're gonna post this. I can't wait for the trolls to tell us that we're terrible for putting the Bucks in the bad category. But
they're gonna go crazy.
Oh, it's gonna be wonderful. Can't wait for that.
I stand by it.
They're gonna be like the Hornets, the Spurs. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
What's wrong? I did not make this decision. Totally just me. Chat wanted it too. So did.
I was there.
V hated it.
Wait, did chat really want it though?
Austin
They said saucy.
Austin was here.
Oh, Austin, yeah, Mr. Resident Laker fan.
There were a couple other people that said saucy too.
Honestly, all right.
Yeah, we'll revisit this in a few months, boys, and we'll see how we did.
We'll see.
We will post it. Let's see what everybody's got to say. That'll be fun.
Now, chat, we need to have a discussion with you guys because we're about an hour and 15 in to the show. We love doing the show with you guys, and we're going to do probably a 2-hour show today. But you're going to give you guys a choice here because we can play Smash or Pass with some rookies. We can do the blind ranking system that we just did of the good, the bad, and the saucy for the NFL. We can break down the slate of the NFL Week 7. You guys tell us what you want.
It all.
You think so?
I think the Smash or Pass mostly just became Sook talking about the rookies he likes. So I think we can literally go through that in like 3 minutes.
I mean, thanks, MB. We appreciate you.
Let's run it. Let's run Smash or Pass. Then let's go through a few games, take a break, rank the teams, and then get through the rest of the slate.
All right. Let's do it. Let's play Smash or Pass. Oh, let's go.
Oh, so good to press that button and find that video.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, he did not make the cut, Gerald. He did not make the cut. Let's go first. Let's go to the first overall pick. I talked about this guy a few weeks ago. Absolute monster. Throwing the ball through his leg. 6 foot 6'9". I love this kid. He's from France. Been playing pro ball for a number of years. I'm smashing this kid. I am betting his RH start the season heavily. I am high on the Hawks. Boys, any initial thoughts on Zachary, or are we just speeding through?
Does Sook's microphone sound weird to anybody else? Or
Yeah, so I was gonna say, do you want to bring your mic closer again, or did it change?
Hello.
Yeah.
There you
go. There we go. You got me.
But I was gonna say, I'm not super familiar with. Everybody said this rookie class is a little bit. I don't want to call it weak because everything I've been seeing you put out and other guys put out, Sook has been really, really fantastic. I like it. I like him, and he's one of the reasons that I think that the Hawks could be good.
Good. Yeah, they'll be good.
I lean pass.
Pass?
It's purely just because I don't like the Hawks at all. But I see what you're saying. I like that you're hyped on him. I believe you with more prospect stuff more than I do. So I'll lean with you, but I lean pass.
All right, well, here's a guy you do like. Mr. Castle from the Spurs. Talk to us.
Chat. I honestly think. Have you watched highlights of this dude play? This guy is a
Monster.
fucking hooper, dude. Hooper. He's going to be so good this year. Major smash. I think he's going to be awesome for the Spurs. I think he's going to end up getting either second or third or like sixth man, seventh man, maybe even starting minutes on this team. He's so good. He spaces the floor. He's ginormous. He can dunk. He can shoot. I love his game. I think he's going to be really awesome for the Spurs this year.
There's a future where CP3 starts for 3 months and then gets bought out, traded, released, whatever, and we're seeing Castle starting for this team after the All-Star break.
I love this guy, man. If I didn't already have beans on Edie to win Rookie of the Year, I bet this guy to win Rookie of the Year. His game is so silky. It's so nice. I can't think of a good comp for him, but he's got great feel with the ball in his hands. He's really athletic. He can get to the cup. He's got great floor vision. I like everything I watch from this dude when I see his tape. He's awesome.
He's very much like Ja, just a little more defense to start out.
Which is honestly I like a lot, just because that's the one thing that's lacking in Ja's game is defense, and some of that has to do with size. But like you said, he's a bigger guy, and putting him alongside Wemby will give you that not only offensive splash, but that defensive kind of prowess on the defensive side that we know becomes so important in the postseason.
Plus, too, if you have any concerns about his ability to play the point, it doesn't really matter. They have Sohan, they added Jones, they have Keldon Johnson, they have Wemby, who people always forget. You need the ball in Wemby's hands. He's a ball handler. Boys, let's keep it moving. Let's go to the Windy City. Let's go to Matthias Bezelis, the 11th overall pick. Absolute insane athlete, but I'll go first. I'm a pass on this guy. He played for the G League Ignite. Number of guys have played for that team coming into the NBA in the last few years. They are actually disbanding that team starting next year because it didn't really do the job that they thought it was going to do. None of these guys became NBA superstars from day one. So Matthias Bezelis, I'm a pass. Insane athlete. They're high on him in Chicago, but I'm not. You boys?
I don't know. I'm not ready to be high on a draft prospect that the Bulls draft until they trade him, like Lauri Markkanen. You know what I mean? So till then, I'm not really hype on this guy. Pass. Exactly. Gerald gets it.
Yeah.
Pass because of Bulls. And Shags likes Castle. Shags, bet him with me this year, brother. We can make Shags bet the NBA.
Yeah. Shags, stay here because I know you got thoughts on this guy. Kel'el Ware transferred from Oregon to Indiana. Was a guy that was a highly touted pick out of high school, kind of floundered his first year, but got it together in Indiana, took the questions of his motor and really put them to bed as he was able to hit the offensive glass. The Miami Heat, who are all about Heat culture, took him 15th overall. Kel'el Ware, I am super high on him. Like we said, the only 7-footer on the roster. Bam's not 7 feet. Thomas Bryant's not 7 feet. Kel'el Ware is pro ready, like Shags is saying. You boys with it?
Yeah, honestly, I am. Everything that you just said, they need a nice, tall 7-footer in the middle. Especially with Bam, the way that he plays 1 through 5, if you can put someone like Ware beside him, it really allows Bam to be mobile and to be that second shot blocking big. You know, he's so skilled at, kind of like a Jaren Jackson, Steven Adams type of combo. So I like it a lot. I'm smashing.
Smash. You guys said everything.
All right.
At least 30.
All right, perfect. Last one, the Frenchman, another Frenchman, the 6th overall pick. The question mark with this guy was, can he stretch the floor in the NBA like he has in Europe? And the question has been answered, boys. Homie is taking a shit ton of threes, taking them with confidence from 23, 24, 25 feet. This guy does not give a shit. The only guy in front of him in the rotation is probably Grant Williams. So, Tidjane Salawan, you guys smashing or passing? I'm absolutely smashing. I think he's a sneaky player for this season.
I honestly didn't even know about this guy before this. So, I'm down, dude. I love these types of players that you bring up before we start the season, and no one's gonna know who they are, and he's gonna end up hitting like 6 threes in a game, and we're gonna bet on like his over 1.5 line for plus money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me just read off his 3-point lines for you guys because it'll be real quick. 5 games in the preseason, 2 of 7, 3 of 8, 3 of 10, 4 of 7, 3 of 5. It's not hard to imagine him supplanting fucking Grant Williams in the NBA.
Grant Williams, this guy.
This is the only worry, but with a new coach, let's hope. And
he's gonna play.
Yeah. And I just real quick while we move through this, I thought we were smasher passing the rookies. I thought it'd be really good to highlight a couple of guys I've seen all of us mention. We're not going to go through the whole list here, but the 76ers, Jared McCann, with all the injuries, Paul George being out, he has opportunity to really, really thrive there. Tristan Da Silva, the German, and for Orlando. Orlando's got a little German commune brewing down there, and this guy can really shoot the ball out of Colorado. Jacoby Walter on the Raptors. I think he has opportunity. There's not really much in front of him besides Grady Dick at that 2-guard spot. Dalton Connect, who we've talked about numerous times. Terrence Shannon Jr., tumultuous end to his college career. But this is a 23-year-old rookie, and give it a Google, guys. Absolute monster jams already in preseason. Kyle Filipowski, who the narrative around him kind of became about his extracurriculars, his wife, his girlfriend, but he's a good player, and the Jazz really need him. Tyler Kolek on the Knicks, good player. Johnny Furphy, who's played Olympic ball, FIBA ball from Australia for the Pacers. I think if you see a lot of injuries there, which you've seen with Nembhard and Mathurin, you see Johnny Furphy, you take him on a weekend. Jamal Sheed for the Raptors. Guys, we're going to be betting his steals. If we're not betting Jamal Sheed steals, we'll be betting Davion Mitchell steals on the Raptors. And last on the list, we're just going to be betting him just for fun. Bronny James. Add in the dudes people are saying in chat, like Dillingham, 7th overall for the Timberwolves. They got an older guy in Connolly. Dillingham is definitely going to play. So, guys, is there anybody missing, or can we move on?
No, I think you nailed it, man.
I guess Dillingham, but you said that. Chat seems to be pissed. Or one resident fan, Gerald.
But I will say, guys, the one guy you need to actually keep a really, really key eye on Terrence Shannon Jr. He is an absolute athlete at 6'3". He's already 23 years old, and this kind of Timberwolves roster is in flux. I think he's very much a guy that flew under the radar. He had drama going into his senior season where he was considered ineligible a little bit to start the season, but then was considered eligible and played really well to come down. The dude's got fucking hops, man. We're going to be betting him. I think he's the sneakiest guy on the list for sure.
I mean, not to be recency biased, but I think Connect's going to be fun in Los Angeles this year.
Yep.
I know we just watched him have a great game in preseason, but he was already playing pretty well before that. And as you mentioned, he's an incredible athlete and he can shoot. He's with one of the best shooters as their head coach now. He's playing with LeBron James.
20 straight points is nothing to fucking scoff at.
No. Did you see that JJ was, when he was getting interviewed too, apparently one of the assistant coaches wanted to take him out of the game. And JJ was like, yeah, I'm going to have to talk to that guy.
He's a player's coach already.
Hey, V, you know that feeling you're feeling right now in the pit of your stomach? That's how I feel when you guys talk about the Celtics.
I'm talking about them like this, or I'm talking about number 12 on the bench, Bronny James, who's not even going to play.
I didn't talk about Bronny.
He's going to be in the G League in 3 weeks. Come on.
He's going to play the entire season, dude. All right.
The entire season, the Lakers are not serious.
He's going to be on the bench. I don't mean he's going to play, but yeah. All right. What do you guys? Should we talk about the? Should we do like a fast version of the NFL before we dive into the slate?
We gotta. We don't have a choice.
All right.
Yeah, we must.
Just good or bad, no thoughts or anything like that.
No
Good,
explanation.
All right, Chad.
Yeah,
because
it's 32. There's 2 extra teams. We can't even talk about it.
Yeah. Chef, are you ready to be brought back up? I don't know if Chef says chilling or if he's ready to jump back in.
Chef, you want to join us? Oh, hang on.
Oh, he's just dealing with some glare.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna dive. We're gonna do good, bad, and saucy for the NFL, and then we're gonna talk about the slate for the week. So let's power.
Oh, let's power through.
You're right, Ma. All Jonte Porter's fault.
The Jonte Porter rule. Crazy.
Yes, no unders or overs on 10-day contracts or two-way players, boys.
Absolutely insanity. Absolutely insanity.
All right, let's go, boys. Chef.
All right,
we're gonna go good, bad, or
Saucy.
saucy. That's it. No words on these teams. Let's go quick.
and fast as possible, boys. Panthers,
Bad.
Bad.
Seahawks.
Good.
I'd put them good.
Chef.
We can't hear you.
I think you muted, Chef.
Muted.
Jalen says good, so I think we gotta go good. 3
Good?
2. Yeah.
Good.
Let's go good.
Maybe leave and come back, Chef.
All right, this one's easy. KC,
Yeah.
Saucy.
Colts.
Bad.
Bad.
Even though they got a W last week.
That defense sucks ass, dude.
You crushed me with the Bucks. Please don't put the Steelers in bad.
I like the Steelers, Matt. I like the Steelers.
Yeah. All right. Next.
Chef? We still can't hear you.
No, what's going on?
All right, Colts were in bad. Let's do Steelers next then. Fine, Steelers. I'll put them in good.
Good.
Even with Russell Wilson starting this week, they're just shaking the tree, seeing what will fall out.
Crazy.
Packers.
We'll talk about that.
Saucy.
Oh, saucy. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jordan Love's played 4 games. He's got 12 touchdowns. He's second in the league in passing touchdowns to your boy, Suk, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
And he's
All right.
played 2 less games. Sorry.
Bad or good, Saints?
Whoa.
Oh, there we go. You're good now.
Oh, there we go. We got him.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good now.
The fucking Packers are saucy?
According to these two,
The Packers are saucy. We've moved on.
we've moved on. Look at the
talk
rules.
about-
It says
we'll ta-
locked
we'll-
after placing.
We'll talk about it when we talk about the game.
I know it's Friday, but did you guys? I mean, have you guys already started drinking? I don't know even what time.
Yes.
Wherever.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yes, Chef, we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
actually.
All right, Chef. Bad or good, the Saints from the Plums?
Bad.
Right now, absolute dog shit.
Bad. All right,
Half the
Cardinals.
teams on IR. Bad.
Bad.
Cardinals? I think Cardinals are good.
Bad.
V?
Bad.
They're going bad.
Oh my god.
Broncos.
Good.
Bad.
Bad.
What?
Bad.
I think they're fake good.
The defense is good.
Yeah.
Broncos
Beat
defense
up.
is good.
The defense is really good. They're second in the league in sacks. Like,
But would you put the whole team in good, V?
if we put the Steelers in good, I would put the Broncos in good.
All right, fine. Put them in good then.
All right.
All right, San
4-3?
Francisco.
Good.
Good.
Not saucy?
Not saucy. San Francisco is saucy.
I could get down with Saucy. I could be convinced for Saucy.
They're one of
I think until
SPJ?
CMC comes back, they're not saucy.
You don't
Agreed.
think they're saucy right now? You think the
Yeah.
Packers are better than the 49ers?
I do
They're about to,
100%.
the 49ers are probably about to be 3-4 after this week.
I don't know if I can't hear what you say.
I said after this week, they're probably going to be 3-4.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going. Shazuk.
Good?
If you guys are, I mean, I don't want to be the only one. If you guys all think they're saucy, we can put them in saucy.
I think they're good.
I think it's
I
close.
think they're good.
I just think they're good.
I think they're good.
You have the 49ers in the same category as the Denver Broncos.
I thought the Broncos should have been in bad category. So I got to overrule on that one.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I like the Steelers this year.
And also,
Me
the Broncos have a
too.
better record than the Niners right now. They've won more games. And allowed
All right, boys. It's stuck.
Yeah.
It's stuck right
Okay.
where it is. Dolphins.
Bad.
Bad.
Dolphins bad.
Bad.
All right. Patriots.
Bad.
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 Eagles. Bad. Bad.
You think
Good.
Eagles are bad? I'm an Eagles
Good.
hater, and I think they're good.
They're good. They got the talent to be good.
Yeah, they're good.
Sure.
I think Saquon totally ups them.
Yeah, it changes it. Yeah. I agree with that.
Bad. Season ticket holder Twanski.
All right, next.
Chargers
Bad.
Bad.
No, what?
coming off a win.
What are they?
They
4-1
beat the
right now?
Steelers, didn't they?
No. I think they're
In
They're
my
good.
opinion, a record doesn't mean shit.
I mean, that's what it means in football, though. Like, that's what counts. Wins.
Wins and
No,
losses
they're
is
not.
what matters.
If we're doing this, just go on fucking ESPN and sort by the win column and put the 4 wins in the saucy, and then do.
So where do you think the Chargers should be?
Bad.
They're bad. All right, bad. All right. This might be our first saucy. Oh no, not our first. Third, Vikings.
Saucy.
Saucy.
I think maybe by the end of the season, good, but now saucy.
Yeah.
Saucy.
All right, Jags bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, Jack's bad.
Jags
Unless
bad.
Beth has some qualms with that.
No, I think he's good with that one.
Raiders
Bad.
Bad.
Oh
Raiders
man, we
bad.
gotta be careful. We gotta be careful.
How many we have in there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 9.
Okay, only
count?
11.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We only have 2 more spots left in the bad. We need to be careful. One of them has to be safe for the Titans. One of them has to be safe for the Titans. Okay, so let's keep a spot open in the bad.
All right. Interesting. Jets.
Good.
Jets good. V.
Good, I guess.
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
Dude, if we put them in the Titans in the bad category, that means we're gonna. Yeah.
That's what, you know what I mean? Like, we can't.
All right, Cowboys.
Also bad, but what are we gonna do here?
We gotta go good. I mean, fuck.
Do we have to though? They're bad, dude.
You made the rules, so yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, good, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd love it. Let's do bad, so then we can magically make the Titans in the good category.
No.
All right.
I mean,
save a spot. For
Magic's
the
not real, SPJ. I'm sorry.
I know. Yeah, I get it.
All right, the Commanders. Ooh, where you guys, boys?
Saucy.
Saucy.
I think they're legit, dude.
Saucy.
Wow, was not expecting saucy.
I think in the NFL with saucy, it's like a playoff win or 2 playoff wins. You know what I mean? That puts you in the saucy category. It's hard to get a win when it comes down to it in January and February.
All right,
Or just make the playoffs. At this
Yeah,
point,
I
it's
think
10 teams.
they look absolutely fantastic. Going to make the playoffs. I have them versus the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
wow.
So we just watched the Super Bowl last
Yep,
week.
we did. This was before that though. This was 3 weeks ago, and it was at 15,000. It's already dropped down to 7,000.
Nice, Chef.
Wow.
It's a nice little ticket.
All right.
All right, keep it going.
All right, Chef. Since you just were talking, the Bears.
I think good.
Yeah, good for sure.
Good's fine.
At least
Good
good.
sign.
They're about to come and embark on the toughest schedule though for the rest of the year. So
Yeah.
that's going to be a tough test, but I think they're good, man. Caleb looks great. So,
All right, I got to dip now, but this was fun. Thanks, boys.
bye, Jeff.
Bye, Jeffrey.
Appreciate
Love you,
y'all.
man. Take
Love
it
you,
easy.
boys.
Have a great night.
Peace.
The one thing I'll say about the Bears before we move on, I know we're not really talking, but they're 4-2. But if you look at who they've played,
You're telling me the Jags in London aren't a test?
With the Titans in week
Titans,
one without an
Panthers.
offensive touchdown.
But we'll get to the
Panthers.
Jags. I gotta play in that Jags game.
Hey, we scored a touchdown. Relax.
No, I said they didn't score an
Oh,
offensive.
they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
boys.
week one.
Giants.
But like, what are we gonna do here, boys?
Like from the Plums, you want to put them in bad, right?
Yeah, the Chargers should have been good, boys.
Neighbors is back this week.
I
think the Giants and Titans, the last 2 spots in bad category, I'd be comfortable with.
we can live with the rest of it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
So bad.
Yeah, bad.
Giants bad. All right, next few are going to be interesting. The Rams.
Fuck.
Good.
Sure, just purely off of Matthew Stafford, I guess.
Our saucy category is just gonna be who's left at the end.
Well, there's some more good teams left, so we've still
There's
got
some good
spots.
teams left.
We got Ravens.
Niners should have been saucy too, I think, maybe.
Good. Oh, okay. Well, okay. So this team interesting. Do you think the Bengals are saucy or good?
I mean, they might not even make the playoffs though. Like, that's
right
the
now they
problem
suck.
here.
I just think we got to go good though, because we ain't
Yeah.
putting the Titans good.
I'd almost put them in bad.
I would too,
yeah,
but
but then the Titans are good.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Bengals good.
Yeah.
All right, next one up, Texans.
Saucy.
Saucy.
Saucy. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Falcons.
Saucy.
Saucy.
Let's go. Lions.
Saucy.
There we
This
go.
is all just the saucy teams. Ravens.
Saucy!
Very saucy.
Bills.
Saucy.
I was wondering. I was like, we're gonna get stuck with so much.
Bucks.
Saucy.
Yeah, saucy.
It's all just sauce at the end.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now this list is starting to look good.
We like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's left?
That's it. That's all 32 teams, boys.
No, there's not. You didn't do the Titans. You forgot us, Sook.
Where did I put the Titans? Oh, sorry. 2 teams. Oh my God, they're at the bottom. Fucking Titans and Browns.
Titans bad. Browns good, I guess. We have to, right?
I think numbers-wise, we do.
I mean, I would. The Titans defense is better.
In the good category would have fed families.
If you try to put the Titans in the good category, I'm gonna be mad.
But the Browns are just as bad or worse.
That is true. Oh my God, that is true.
Honestly, though, I would. If it was me, I think I would give the edge to the Titans, just because.
Yeah.
I believe in that defense more than the Browns, who are looking to trade Myles Garrett.
What just happened? The Titans ended up in the good category?
No, wait, they're locked, right? Are they locked in? No, yeah. Okay.
Not locked, because I just told you I forgot them.
We've lost 4 games by 1 possession. The Browns have gotten their asses clapped multiple weeks.
Yeah.
Clapped. And you have a diddler as your quarterback. So come on now.
Yeah. That's automatic L. All right. So
I think only 2 things could have changed this list into the perfect list. It would have been
Switching
Niners
the
in the
Chargers.
saucy category, and then we could have moved one more team over to good, or Chargers in the good category. That would have been the only thing. Other than that, this list is pretty freaking solid.
Pretty good. I mean, the Titans are a bad team. They're definitely in the bad department. But between them and the Browns, I agree with you guys, and you guys said it.
They made the cut on this list.
Would you have moved them too, Sook, between those two? That's a tough one.
That's a toss-up. That's a toss-up. But like you said, like both teams do have some pieces, so you can fucking argue it. It's a good one to argue.
Battle of nasty mids. All right, there you go, chat. Thank you very much. That one was a little bit more spirited than the NBA one. I feel like we argued a little more, which was fun. All right, should we dive in and talk about the week?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I just say I can't wait till we post these, and Twitter is flaming us for all the bad takes.
I can't wait for the amount of times I get tagged of like, wow, SPJ, you really got the Titans in the good category.
Oh, they're going to blame you for sure.
Oh, of course.
Oh, 100%. And I'm going to be the one that said it.
I'll clip this moment when V was saying it too. All right, guys, let's have a look at the slate for the week. We're probably not going to be able to go through every game, but just any games we don't get to, come back and hang out with us on Sunday. We'll go through every single game before the games start on Sunday.
We'll get to the exciting ones for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. Let's start off, and I don't know if this one's exciting, but we'll start off with the game in London. The Patriots, 5.5-point underdogs against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars 5.5-point favorites in this game. The over/under set at 42. Both of these teams are 1-5. I have a prop in this game that I like, Sook.
Talk to me.
I love this prop. Very surprised at this prop. I wrote about it. You guys can go read about it at Betting News, but I'll give you the quick spiel right now. I love Evan Ingram in this game. I got his 46.5 receiving yards. It's minus 115. He had 10 catches last week for 102 yards in his first game back since week 1. He was the most targeted Jaguar. He was awesome last year. He's been hurt for the past month. Came back last week, as I said, 10 targets, caught all 10 of them for over 100 yards. This line feels like a discount. Wow, I just got left by everybody. It's okay. Hi, chat. This line feels like a discount to me. I don't know why it's 46.5. The Patriots are good on defense, but I really feel like that they actually get exposed a little bit in the tight end department. They allow a little over 50 yards per game to the tight ends, and they also are like middle of the pack to passing yards allowed. So I really like Evan Ingram in this matchup. So give me 46.5 receiving yards for Evan Ingram.
I like that. But I got to play on the other side of this if you want to hear it.
Get after it.
I like Drake May. Oh, it got deleted because I accidentally pressed back. But I like Drake May over 30.5 passing attempts for -115. I played this last week -115, but for 28.5. We talked about it last week where Jacoby Brissett threw the ball and hit this number the last 2 weeks before he was benched. Drake May hit this last week before the game ended. So I like it again this week. I just think 30.5. 28.5 was last week, 30.5 this week, but I still like it at the 30.5. I just think that there's a reason why he's playing now. Yes, that offensive line is terrible, but he's going to be slinging the ball. He's going to be running. It's a low number. Exactly, Gerald. I think he tosses the ball 32, 33. So I think it's a sweat. You're waiting until the fourth quarter. But Drake May over 30.5 passing attempts. I really like that. I also do like his touchdown. I think it's only at 1. There's a few other things. The one other thing I booked with him is over 203 yards for Drake May. I think he gets there too because the Jaguars are absolutely the worst team against pass defense in the entire NFL. And it doesn't matter that they're facing a rookie quarterback. This is a guy that was drafted very, very high, and that's because he has talent. And we saw that where he kind of faltered last week, had turnovers, but he still passed for touchdowns. This is a gamer for sure. So I really, really do like Drake May, both his passing attempts and his over yards. SPJ, we were just talking about this. Doesn't matter how dirty and gross you think the game is, you can find something to bet. You can find a prop you like.
We talked about it with the game yesterday. There's a lot of games on an NFL slate, so you don't have to play a game or play a prop in every single game or a side in every single game. But I mean, we're sitting here with you guys looking at the lines and stuff like that. There's always an angle that you can find on a particular player or a particular play. That doesn't mean you have to bet it necessarily, but I think there's always stuff that you can find.
Yep.
I think at the very least, there's always stuff you can discuss. And sometimes through these kinds of discussions and these conversations about these games, this is where we find like the gems, the good plays, and all that kind of stuff, right? It's this kind of discourse that made me bet things like Jalen Green, MIP, or whatever it is, whether that hits or not. There's thought process behind it, and it's evolved from many, many conversations and like doing a lot of these shows, even with chat, right?
Yeah, and, especially with chat with with Mason Tipton for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like there's so many spots like that. Like Gerald's always dropping gems. I remember he helped me win 5K last year on some crazy running back lotto. It was fantastic. And I wanted to talk about this Drake May playbook that you were just talking about. I love exactly what you're saying. And the thing is, like bad offensive lines, sometimes when a QB is holding the ball a little bit too long and you take a bunch of sacks, it's really demoralizing for that line. But you know what is really fun to see? When your QB is playing well, he throws for over 300 yards, he puts up some touchdowns, and now the ball's moving. Now it's kind of fun. Not only is it fun, but you're going into the UK, you're going to play a game across the pond, but you're playing a Jaguars team that I know everybody in this Patriots locker room thinks they can beat.
Yeah,
Jaguars have been so bad this year. The Patriots are going to come in buzzing off of the hype of Mac Jones. Holy shit. Drake May last week. They're going to come in buzzing off of that. Even though they lost by 20 points, they were in that game until the very end when the Houston Texans kind of blew it open in the fourth quarter, right? So I love the Drake May play. I think he could get in. And I think that Hunter Henry is another touchdown that I'm going to be playing this week. I'll have more thoughts on my touchdown piece. I bet him last week at plus 550 and shit smacked. I just think that now down in distance, you're in the red zone. Who do you want to go to? A big body over the middle. You don't want to try to fit it into one of these cornerbacks. Pick on these linebacking core of the Jaguars and look at Hunter Henry. I think he's going to get into the end zone this week. But I'll have more thoughts on that later.
I think Trizzy's boy, Pop Douglas, is a good look as well.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently Drake May said that Pop Douglas is wide receiver 1. Like he said that in an interview.
Let's go.
Yeah. I kind of lean pretty heavily with the Pats plus 5.5, but this number feels really trappy to me. The Jags have been there.
I was gonna say I don't want to expose Sook, but I know he's on the money line.
Makes sense. The Jags stayed there in London, so they're acclimated. I don't know when the Patriots traveled, so that always kind of plays into these London games. And let's not get it twisted. The Patriots suck. So, like, this is a battle of two teams that are not very good. And we saw it last night. Sometimes the team that's just not as good as the other team wins these games because one team just really sucks. So, I don't know.
The other thing that I was thinking about, I was kind of like last week with Caleb Williams and then playing in London. I was a little bit like, how is he going to respond playing in London, right? Like, it's a completely different time zone. There's so much travel involved. Probably his pregame meal, his pregame routine, everything that takes place on a game day is completely different. How's Caleb Williams going to respond? How's he respond? I mean, the first QB ever to throw for 4 touchdowns in a London game. Right? Now you've got Drake May, a guy who's been on the bench the entire year. So he's rested. He's been getting first team reps. The team likes him. They're rallying around him. And vibes are high in New England. Could he come out and give us maybe not 4 touchdowns, but a similar performance to Caleb Williams last week? I wouldn't be surprised. With the way he looked, his deep ball is fantastic. And when a QB has a deep ball, there's nothing I love more than a nice deep ball that like hits his receiver in stride, not on some Daniel Jones type shit.
Well, and also, again, like you guys said, and then we can move on to the next game. But this Jaguars secondary is awful. This defense is bad. So, plenty of opportunities.
That's a good point, Gerald.
But if you like the Jags on the other side, Brian Thomas Jr., who's been great all season, he kind of had an off week last week, like SPJ is saying. They've been in London. Maybe he bounces back. Maybe take his receptions.
Well,
Still look at the Jags side. Yeah.
He dropped a fucking easy touchdown. Again, this is still my favorite. I just think this line's way too low. Like this line, he probably has 60 to he probably has 60 to 70 yards again, and this line is 60 plus next week. But I think Brian Thomas can have a good game too. His touchdown's probably good value as well, like you mentioned.
Chad, what are we thinking about Christian Gonzalez? Because I know he's been having a field day with opposing wide receivers for this Patriots secondary. Do we think that maybe he has he makes it a hard time?
Yeah,
well,
pivot to Kirk, then.
Yeah, do you think he'll be on Kirk or Thomas? Because
actually, that's a good point. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Is he more of an outside corner, or does he run with like slot guys?
He follows. He shadows.
He's a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
But is he bigger?
I don't know exactly. I don't watch many Patriots games. Gerald, do you have anything to say? But I'm not sure actually. It's he's big, I guess.
Okay, he'll probably be on top.
The next game.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it moving. We're gonna go. We'll pick a few games. If you guys have a question about a game or play in the chat, drop it down there. Like I said, we'll go through everything else on Sunday, so be sure to come and hang out with us for Gridiron Gang on Sunday. But let's move towards. I have a play in this one, V. Excited to hear what you think about this one. Giants taking on the Eagles. Giants are 3-point underdogs at home. The Eagles are 3-point favorites on the road. Over/under set at 42.5. You got any thoughts on this game?
Dude, it's a weird spot. Like you would think that the Eagles would be a much bigger favorite. I know it's on the road, but this Giants team has been bad. They've been really, really bad. And Daniel Jones doesn't look like he kind of has what it takes to take this offense to the next level. But I know that a lot of people are going to be showing Saquon some love this week in his return to MetLife, his return to New York, and his first time facing his old team. Now, do I want to buy into that narrative with everybody else? I really don't. It's not even about a percentages thing or a square or whatever bet. It's just always when everybody's on one single player, right? It just, something goes wrong. I just wish betting was that easy, you know? I'm looking at Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to be the guy that gets into the end zone this week in a week that we all think, Saquon's going to make some noise. But Jalen Hurts needs to really make some plays to help this team win games. We saw Sirianni at the end of last week. You guys beat the Browns by 3 in a game you should have lost, but Kevin Stefanski fumbled at the end just because. And now you're going to yell at the fans? You're going to yell at your own hometown fans? I don't know. I'm a big believer in karma, and that's just not good karma. He came out with his kids to the post-game presser to not get heat. It was just it was a bad look on so many levels. I don't know if I believe in this Eagles team. I'm taking Hurts to score a touchdown, though, and I think I'm going to take Neighbors if he's playing, if he's in the lineup.
Neighbors is playing. That's
beautiful. I'll be taking his touchdown. I think that there's a big narrative spot there. Like the King of New York is returning in a different outfit. Who's the new King of New York? It's definitely not Daniel Jones, right? And I'm pretty sure it's going to be Malik Neighbors. So give me him. All the stuff last week, too, about him in the Chrome Hearts outfit on Twitter. Bro, can you put on a jersey or can you put on Giant? Like, shut the fuck up, man. Let him wear what he wants. He's on the sideline supporting his teammates. All right, give me him to get in the end zone.
Well, you lobbed me a softball because I'm on his yards. I got 71.5. It's 72.5 now. I don't care. He had 115 against Dallas week before he got hurt. He had a 78 against Cleveland, 127 against the Commanders. I have watched quite a few Giants games, and I mean, this guy just gets peppered with targets. They are literally choosing every which way to get this guy the football because he's electric with it. And as you can tell, I mean, he's making noise. So he's back. He's playing. He seems to be over his concussion. I love him to have a game. This Eagles secondary is not very good. They're 10th worst in the NFL, allowing over 230 yards overall, and they're also 8th worst, allowing 162 yards to wide receivers, incoming one of the most talented young wide receivers in the NFL. Off a fresh, not getting hit for 10 days, probably a little antsy to get back out there and play some ball. I like him a lot. I like what Gerald had to say, too. Someone mentioned this earlier in our spaces earlier this week. I can't remember who it was, but I do think A.J. Brown's going to have a good game as well. We saw him come back last week, have 100 yards. Giants don't have a very good secondary either. They're kind of banged up back there, too. I think A.J. could definitely have a game. Also, like you mentioned, V, kind of like going away from the Saquon narrative. Like, I think that this feels like an A.J. Brown spot. So I think both big star. And also, both of these guys are star wide receivers. I know Neighbors is still a rookie, but, like, he's got the star power. And A.J. Brown is too. And I feel like when those guys go head to head against each other, they kind of do the whole like anything you can do, I can do better thing. And like I think that the teams are going to kind of lean into that. So I like A.J.
JJ. Same kind of thing over there. That's a divisional battle. Same with this one. It's another divisional battle. I could see another thing formulating here in the NFC East between Neighbors and A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith even, you know. You want to be the best wide receiver on the field, whether that's on your side of the ball or on their side.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like Neighbors. I got 71.5. I wrote about that. You guys can go peep it. But I like his touchdown too, man. I think it's a great play. He's on my fantasy team too, so I hope he has a fucking monster game.
So do you have anything in this one?
Nope, not in this one. We can keep it moving.
I lean pretty heavily with the Giants plus the 3-2V with you, but I'm probably not going to take that.
I did take the Giants money line and something. So
honestly, so I think there's a lot of live dogs this week. Like Vegas got cooked last week. Public winning. Every favorite won, right? I think not every favorite, but the Eagles covered. And it was a bad week across the board for the books. You know, they got cooked, especially after the first 5 weeks of the biggest favorite on the board losing outright every single week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be an interesting week 7.
Which is great to talk about this game. This is another big one. Actually, there are 2 of these back-to-back are really good games. Vikings taking on the Lions. Huge NFC North matchup between these 2 teams. Lions lost Aiden Hutchinson for the season. Terrible leg break that you guys saw. That was, but apparently he's going to make a full recovery. Also, real quick on this, did you guys? So I saw this that Aiden Hutchinson broke his leg, and in Dallas they had the best, I think maybe in the world or definitely the best in America, trauma hospital for that specific injury. Like the doctor that is at that hospital is one of the best in the world at doing that surgery. So he's going to make a full recovery. He's probably going to be available if they make it to the Super Bowl because of because of where he was located and because of the way that the break happened. He didn't have any artery damage. He didn't have any ligament damage or anything.
Oh, so apparently Lions to make the Super Bowl? What is this?
Purely off the fact that Aiden Hutchinson could make a miraculous return if they made it back to the Super Bowl. It's still speculation at this point. Got to see how he heals, but I just thought that was an interesting.
They could definitely do it. I've watched a lot of Lions snaps this season, boys, and they're fucking saucy.
They're so good, dude. But anyway, huge game. 1.5 point favorites are the Vikings, still undefeated at home. What an electric place. Fucking skull, man. 50.5 is the total. I'm just going to throw my play out there real quick, and then we'll get some thoughts on the sides. I'm taking Jettas, man, over 89.5 receiving yards. It's minus 120. I paid a tiny bit of juice. I've seen some 91.5s or 92.5s. I went a little lower. I'm not going to read off all the stats to you guys, but he absolutely cooks the Lions. 100-plus yards in like 6 straight games against the Lions. Destroys this team. The Lions have been getting cooked this season. They are the worst team in the NFL to the wide receiver position in yards allowed. 4th worst in the NFL. In passing yards allowed. I think that Jay Jettas is going to have a great game. It's very public. I've seen a lot of people on this play, but when you look at the stats, it makes sense. So give me Jettas. I think he's going to have a good one.
I agree. This Lions defense, if they have a kryptonite, it's their secondary. So I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those, the ones that just make too much sense and you don't overthink it and you just go, yep. I don't care if this doesn't hit. I'm taking it.
I completely agree. This entire division is full of teams that are. We had 3 of the 4 teams in this division in the saucy category. They're really, really good, and this is going to be one of those games that comes into play at the end of the year when the Lions and the Vikings both have very similar records. The Vikings are still undefeated. The Lions would love to change that. And I think that this is going to be one of those games where we see a lot of scoring because both defenses, we saw it with the Packers and the Vikings. Yeah, the Packers scored 10 points in the first half, but they came out and won the second half 23-3, right? All 4 teams in this division score a lot of points, so I agree with Ma. Take the over, take some props on this one. I think Amon Ra on the other side of the stadium,
quiet.
Lions is going to have a big game. Over 74.5 is his line sitting at right now. Like we talked about with Neighbors and AJ Brown. This is what you can do, I can do better type of league. So give me Amon Ra too, over 74.5. And we know that him and his podcast, he's talking to so many different people all the different time. Like this guy's always in his head. And did you guys see all the talk after the Dallas game with that guy like sending him a DM, calling him a bitch and doing all this kind of stuff? Like there's just you don't need to juice these guys up, but it's nice. Fuck it, let's bet on them.
Speaking of the Dallas game, this team went into Jerry's World and beat the fucking brakes off them Cowboys. They also caught a W on the road in Arizona. I'm super high on this Lions team. Aiden Hutchinson was putting more pressure on quarterbacks than anybody in this NFL season, but I still am high on the Lions for exactly what Ma said in chat. Doesn't matter. They'll shoot with you. They'll go point for point, and they'll win still. So I like the Lions in this, plus 105 for their money line. I'm taking them. The Vikings have been great to start this season, but nobody was predicting for them to start this season 5 or 6-0. So I don't think that comes to transpire. Give me the fucking Lions in this game to get another road victory. I love this fucking team. Too many weapons. Dan Campbell knows how to coach his team. There's vibes are high in Detroit. We've seen it for a couple of years now, and I think that continues. I think they get the upset on the road.
So many times we talk about coaches because of X's and O's and because of play calling and because of that kind of stuff, right? But
what about vibes?
Is a leader, is a absolute leader.
A leader of men.
That is what that dude is, and he gets you guys like when he says we're gonna bite their kneecaps or whatever he said, right? This Lions team is ready to bite fucking kneecaps.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think sometimes when you see an injury happen, it's very much if you have a weak locker room, it goes, holy fuck, what happened? All the air is let out of that room. Mm-hmm. But when you have a Detroit Lions team that is contending for the Super Bowl and that's the consensus in the room, it becomes next one up. Who's going to fill in for Aiden Hutchinson?
Just before we move past this game, should be a great one. That early window's got some really good games on Sunday. I already have beans on Jetta, so I'm probably not going to take this prop. But Sam Darnold over 259.5 passing yards looks very enticing.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, this Lions team has been getting torched through the air purely because in a lot of games they've been winning, and so like the other team has to pass, which could be a situation in this one. But the Vikings also have a little bit of uncertainty in their backfield right now, so I don't think they're going to be leaning a lot on running the football. I think that Sam Darnold's going to have to make some throws in this game, and 259.5 feels low. So I would maybe dabble with something like that, maybe even taking him up to 300. But all right, anything else on this one? You guys want to keep it going?
Keep it going.
Was going to just say the fact that, like Sook brought up, with no Aiden Hutchinson, this Lions defense is going to be like a little bit on their back foot. He was their entire pass rush. They have 15 sacks on the year. 7.5 sacks have come from Aiden Hutchinson.
Yep.
7.5.
4 of those are in one game against the
Bucs.
Yeah, that's what he does. That is what he does, and he is a fucking menace on that offensive line. This is the kind of situation when you see a guy like TJ Watt go down, right? Or a Joey Bosa or a Nick Bosa type of situation. I love the fact that there's going to be high scoring just because of that. If there wasn't, I would honestly think that Sam Darnold was going to have a tough day, but he's going to have a few more seconds in the pocket, a couple more seconds for the receivers to get open. So I'm telling you, have some fun with this game. Cook up some parlays, ladder some guys around, and just have some fun with this one. Don't even just what we talked about. Just have some fun with this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like Gerald said, cleanse yourself with this game after that New England game.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. let's move to your team, V. Packers taking on the Texans. Another big game this week. Pack at home, 3-point favorites against Houston Texans. 3-point underdogs. Over under set at 47.5. Floor is yours. What do you like?
Man, I'm gonna sound like a complete hater, but who have the Texans really kind of won against? They got smoked by the Vikings, right? They played an inaccurate Josh Allen who really didn't have any receiving weapons, and that's why they brought in Amari Cooper. If you look at Allen's numbers, we talked about him being an MVP after the first 3 weeks, but his numbers from a pure quarterback standpoint don't match. His completion percentages is in the trash. He hasn't turned the ball over, but he also hasn't made any big plays through the air. A lot of the games that they were winning was him with his legs, moving the ball downfield, getting into the end zone, and James Cook kind of having monster games. The thing is James Cook is still a little bit beat up, whether he plays this week or not. And I know that I can't remember what his name is, but he had a big game out of the backfield last week. SPJ, you bet on
Ray Davis.
Ray Davis.
Ray Davis.
But
household name.
I really think that they haven't really played anybody of substance yet. We saw them almost blow that game against the Bills in the second half. We saw them almost lose to the Jaguars and give the Jags their first win of the year. I just think that this Packers team is going to come out a little bit angry. Now, am I willing to sell anybody on the side? Absolutely not. I'm just too superstitious. But I got 2 plays in this game, both on the Packers side, obviously, because fuck the Texans. But we're going with Jordan Love over 21.5 completion. No Josh Jacobs this week. Just because I think this is going to be a game where the Packers are going to need to move the ball vertically. So we're going over to Jordan Love, over 21.5 completions, not the pass attempts. This is a line he's only hit twice this season, but the thing is his completion percentage this year has been in the toilet. We saw that game where he had 3 interceptions this year. He's had an interception in every single game this year, but he's getting better with taking care of the ball. We saw it last week, and I think that this week against a Texans defense that is very, very beat up, I think that Jordan Love is going to have success moving the ball through the air. Next play on this one, it's going to be Jaden Reed. His over 57.5 receiving yards. His snap percentage has been fantastic. He did leave the game for a few snaps last week with injury, but it's looking like he'll be good to go with an ankle injury. I just think that he is really, really good against, again, a beat-up secondary for this Texans team. I understand what you're saying, Sook. I can't wait to hear your pitch on the other side of this. I don't think that the Texans are as good as everybody thinks that they are. We're going to have a battle on the outside between Stephon Diggs and Jair Alexander. We know the history that they have. We know all of that stuff, but this defense for the Packers has been great. Xavier McKinney has 5 interceptions on the year. He had 5 straight through 5 weeks. Last week was the first game without one. Last week was the first game that the Packers didn't have an interception in general. That was more because Kyler Murray is just really fucking bad and they kind of smoked him. I don't think that it's going to be as easy for Stroud this week. So we'll see. We're taking the over completions for Jordan Love and Jaden Reed's over 57.5 receiving yards.
Nice.
I kind of said it to start the season, and I say a lot of shit, but I don't think that the Texans are as good as everybody thinks they are. I think that they're going to eventually get found out. But
they're 5-1.
Look at the teams that they played. They played the Jaguars. Who else did they play?
Everybody talks about their offense. They finally had a good offensive game last week. This is a team that's like, it's kind of like the argument. You got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. They've been lucky so far, and maybe they're about to be good.
And they just lost their top wide receiver in Nico Collins, who's honestly been a big part.
And that's why they brought in Diggs.
Diggs was already there. Nico Collins been putting up numbers with him this year. You lose him. He's on IR this year, this week. You're going into Green Bay, Lambeau Field. You're used to playing in a dome. It's a tough environment once you get down into Lambeau, boys, especially when you're used to playing in a dome.
Of course.
So, you think you like the Texans in this spot?
I do. They just been finding ways to win all season. Like, why discount them now? In my opinion, I could definitely be wrong. Me and V are on a little bit of a head-to-head. I'm 2-1. V, do you want to make this the next one?
If you feel, I'm confident.
I'm confident in the Texans.
If you're confident in the Texans, and this will be game 4. Game 4, baby.
Chat. The V versus Sook weekly matchup. There it is. You guys want to shake on it verbally or get the old shake?
Okay. Jesus.
All right. I don't want to take a side in this game. Excited to see how it plays out, but it's a field goal. I think the Packers probably squeak this one out at home, but I don't know. All right, let's move to Falcons Seahawks. Any thoughts on that game?
Oh, points.
Over.
It's
51
51, but I could definitely see it happening. The Seahawks move the chains. If Nux is still here, he knows that. We've had kind of like a little bit of a struggle from DK the last few weeks, turnovers and whatnot. But Gino has quietly been one of the better quarterbacks in the league, especially creating plays out of the pocket when he's pressured. So I don't know. I kind of like this game. Kirk Cousins on the other side. Everyone thought he was going to kind of bend over to the fucking Todd Bowles blitz, and he didn't. He threw 500 yards. So I think this is a game that you can definitely find a lot of player props target, whether it's Algier on one end or a guy like DK on the other. But I like this game for player props, boys. This is definitely a game I'm going to be tuning into and watching as many snaps as I can.
Honestly, I was just thinking that same thing, and for some reason, something's kind of telling me that this is going to be a like Kyle Pitts type of game. They're back home in the dome against Seattle here. And like you said, so he threw for 500 yards last week. And if you're looking at the numbers, Kyle Pitts has seen 13 targets over the last 2 weeks. He's finished with 70-plus yards in both weeks. And he's had 5-plus targets in 4 of the 6 games that they've played so far this year. I think that he's finally kind of coming into his own, and Kirk and him are getting a little more comfortable. And we know Kirk's a guy who likes to utilize his tight end. We saw what he did with Hawkinson last year in Minnesota. We saw what he did with I don't even know what the other tight ends' names were in Minnesota, but he made them look good. He made them viable fantasy options for us because I know I had them on my team. But Kirk is a guy who likes to go to his tight end, and I think that this week against a Seattle defense that is going to be scheming up a whole bunch of different type of blitz packages, Pitts could be in store for another big game this week, especially because we don't like betting on him yet. Still,
yeah. As you mentioned, just looking at his graph, Kyle Pitts 70 yards last week, 88 the week before. Goose egg, 59. His line is 39.5. The Seahawks are the 11th best team in the NFL to receiving yards allowed as a whole, as a defense. However, to the tight end position specifically, they allow 57.3 yards per game. That is 29th. Mm-hmm. That's bad. Yeah, Gerald, me too. I like it. I like the look. Probably a good ladder spot too. I mean, his 50 plus is plus 155. 60 plus is plus 265. I mean,
he's not a guy that's going to be schemed for yet either, especially with Bijan in the backfield. You got Drake London on the outside, who's also been playing fantastic, right? You're not looking at Kyle Pitts when you're scheming defensively during the week leading up into this one. And I just think that that's a spot where Pitts and Raheem Morris can take advantage, their head coach.
On the Pitts front, too, if you don't want to take the 39.5, his longest reception is 18.5. In those 3 games where he hit, 50-yard catch, 32-yard catch, and 52-yard catch. So he cashed pretty much his line in 1 catch in 2 of those 3 games. 18.5 is the longest reception line. That's a nice play, too. Probably not going to bet it, but I like that.
And Bijan from Nux, 64.5. That line is one that he could definitely smash. Panthers last week, 6.3 yards per carry, 2 TDs. The fucking staff. Eventually, they got to just fucking bell cow this guy and run him 30 times. No? It's going to happen eventually. And I want to be there and bet it when it happens.
Yeah, same.
He had a good week last week on the ground.
Yeah, and this is Nux team. So if Nux is telling us, like, take Bijan against my squad, I'll respect it.
I in the NFL especially, this is exactly when I love to listen to fans, because in the NBA with so many games, fans can get jaded quickly and things can turn around. Yeah. But in the NFL, right, it's not like that. Like, I'll give you another example. I don't know if he's still in chat, but Sick Money, he posted a play a couple of days ago, JJ, to go over his receiving yards line against his team, the Detroit Lions. I tailed that shit right away. I'm tailing Nux on this one. No questions asked. It's just when you watch your team week in and week out, and there's one game that week, you watch that game with such an intensity, especially guys like us who are betting on these games constantly. We're watching that stuff with such an intensity when it's our team that, like, we'll watch the Titans. You know what I mean? I watched the Packers when they were fucking terrible. It's ingrained in us.
Well, and like we said kind of in the beginning, just because a team is bad for like the casuals there's a lot of props that still hit in those games. There's a lot of things that are very bettable, if not ladderable, in those games, even though the teams might suck ass. Just to give a couple stats to back up what Nux is saying, the Seahawks are 26th in the NFL in yards allowed on the ground, 144.7 to the running back position. They're third worst, allowing 123 on the ground. So if you like Bijan or Algier or both, it's a great matchup. Good spot. Love it. Anything else on this one, boys? Should we keep going?
Keep going. I'm locking in Bijan right now.
Yeah, I'm going to ride that too.
I'm going to look at the odds for Algier to get in the end zone this week. Does anybody have that on hand? I can pull it up.
That's right, I got it. Algier.
Plus 187, I'm seeing on one book.
I'm seeing, plus 180. Plus 187.
Okay, now this.
Plus 145 is the best odds I'm seeing on the Green Book. I think plus 130 on BetOnline.
Interesting. It's a big change in the line. Just because I bet it last week, I think it was plus 140, and it smacked, and I thought the line was low, and I was thinking that it being back at like the plus 190 range makes me think that this is going to be a big Bijan game. It's not going to be a Tyler Algier type of game, but I don't know if it's with that much of a difference in juice. I'm going to have to look deeper into this.
Word. All right. We're not going to spend time on this game, but I do have a play. Titans, Bills in Buffalo. Buffalo are 9.5-point favorites against the Titans. A lot of points. 40.5. I really like Tony Pollard's rushing yards in this game. You guys know I've been taking this every single week, and it has cashed in 5 of the last 6 weeks of the season. It is 62.5. The Buffalo Bills, even though they are a very good football team, are not very good at stopping the run. That is kind of the way that you can attack them offensively. The Titans, on the other hand, have actually been running the football really well. Tony Pollard has gone over his line, like I mentioned, 4 out of the 5 games this season. Additional factor in this game, I wrote about it. You can go check it out at bettingnews.com. Additional factor in this game, Tajay Spears is out in this game. So only Tony Pollard will be toting the rock in the backfield. Julius Chestnut is the second backup. They do not want Julius Chestnut carrying the football that much. So
the hot dog guy?
Yeah.
No, that's
Joey Chestnut. Yeah.
A joke, boys. Come on.
Jaws, baby. But no, I love this play. I like it a lot. I probably am going to ladder him. He's had 90 plus rushing yards in 3 of the last 4 games of the season. I think Tony Pollard's going to have a good game on the ground. As long as the Titans can keep this game within a shadow of a doubt for 3 quarters, they're going to be running the football. If this game just gets absolutely out of hand, this play is cooked. But that's the only thing I got in this one. We don't have to talk about it anymore unless you guys want to mention anything else.
I haven't pushed the button yet, and I'll update you on Sunday, but plus 9.5 might get pushed. But we'll wait till Sunday. We'll see.
I mean, I bet it. Are you surprised?
I know you did.
I didn't tell anybody except on here on the channel, but I didn't tell you guys to bet it. Don't bet it unless you really want to. It's a shitty number, but it's 9.5 points, dude. It's a lot of points. Also, there's a lot of injuries for the Bills. I know you mentioned James Cook. He is actually playing. I saw that come out later today. So he is in, but he's banged up. There's a lot of guys on that Bills roster right now that are kind of banged up right now. So,
is it finally time for Keon Coleman?
Titans defense is pretty good, man. That's my only, they are pretty decent. L'Jarius Sneed had a pretty bad week last week against the Colts, but the Titans defense is number 1 statistically in the passing department.
Let's go.
Surprisingly. So I know that we're bad, but defensively is not really the way that Josh Allen could have a good game. He usually does against the Titans, but I don't know.
Mari Cooper, new addition. Who knows?
Yeah.
That too. I don't know.
We're moving on from Keon, We're done?
Moss past Keon. V, it's nice to hear you say you're maybe pressing the Titans plus 9.5 with me, buddy. You can sweat that.
We want to know right now.
That's crazy.
We want to know betting them together, and that was on the money line too.
It was.
I mean, 9.5 is a lot of points.
But we'll see. Sunday. Once Sunday rolls around, then we'll see.
Plus
for now,
380 for the money line.
Oh my God! Right. Don't.
Also, last thing on this, the injury report did come out for Friday. Will Levis is apparently questionable in this game with that AC problem on his shoulder. He was okay. Started the week, limited participation Thursday and Friday. So Mason Rudolph might start in this game, which wouldn't be terrible.
Plus or a minus for you overall for that?
What we've seen so far, probably a little bit of a plus from the bad turnover department. If you watch the film, and I mean, I went down and broke it all down and everything like that, but like Levis is just late. Like he's not making bad throws or reads. He's just late. And when you're late in the NFL, you're really late. And you usually make a bad play, and that's the issue that's happening.
Nobody likes anything late.
Nope.
Titans need to just draft a QB and move on. At least they didn't pay him.
Sure. I think you got to start him, though, if he's healthy. But, I mean, he might not be healthy enough to play this week, and then you get Mason Rudolph out there and see what happens.
Let him start the season, get a good draft pick, and it's easier to move on in this situation that the Titans are in than a Daniel Jones or a Dak Prescott or a Deshaun Watson type situation now. So,
or Trevor Lawrence. That
gonna look at least Trevor Lawrence is young, so but like he's looked fucking bad.
There's a bunch of Ben Simmons in the NFL that like just yoinking contracts.
Straight up.
Yoink. All right. Let's go. I'm just going to say these games, and then you guys can let me know if you have plays in them, because we got to cut this in. Otherwise, we'll just keep going forever and ever.
Actually, my wife is looking at me and going, hello.
Yeah, same. You guys just want to do you guys just want to cut it now? Chat, sorry. We will go through the rest of the slate with you guys on Sunday. The three of us will be back on Sunday with all of our plays and everything. V will have scribbles for you guys over the weekend. We have our staff piece coming out. I've already put some scribbles out there. Shags and Colby have too. There's more and more to come throughout the weekend, and we'll be back with you guys on Sunday.
And tomorrow morning.
And tomorrow morning. We'll be back with you guys for Bespresso in the AM. Me, Sook, and Trizzy, and Shags will be back with you guys tomorrow, going through everything for the Saturday for college football. And giving you guys some little hockey as well tomorrow too.
The Flames are playing tomorrow. Let's go.
Yeah, they are.
Undefeated, boys. Let's go. Top of the table, as they'd like to say in England.
Top of the table.
I want everyone to know that the TSN turning point for the Flames season was when Gerald texted us after the Canucks were up like 4-5-1 or 6-1, touting all this kind of garbage, and then the Flames came back and won. That's when it all started. This is my God. Okay, that's a good place to cut the stream. This is my God.
Good way to end it. That's Vsauce. Go follow him on Twitter. Go follow Just Sook. Follow myself. Follow all of us at Your Betting News. Appreciate you guys so much for the support.
And that's Jerome McGinley, if you didn't know.
Jerome McGinley. Thanks for our sponsors at BetOnline. We'll catch you guys in the morning, 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central. Have a great Friday night. You came for the winners and you stayed for the vibes. We will catch you guys next Friday for the first All-Sauce team with actual NBA action.
Next Wednesday.
And we have next Wednesday, too. Ooh, baby. Vibes are high. Baby. Have a great Friday night, everybody. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Down in the deep. Now I know we all be loving this shit right here. Rolling. What you gonna do? Rolling. What you gonna do? Down in the rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit. What you know about